So welcome to all of you. Like we are here from EduVerse team, and the purpose of this video will be like prepare you for quiz 1 even you haven't done anything or studied nothing for Python. Okay, so this is course Python, which is foundation level course in IITM BS data science degree, and it's preparation video for like quiz 1. This video will include both like theory and practical. Okay, so both will be here, and I am specifically will be oriented to our like, data science questions and all like syllabus and topics they focus more. So this will be more toward preparing you to get 90 plus score in your Python programming language, okay, for your quiz 1. Okay, so this will be 1 to 4 revision session. And so let's start. Okay, so if you have done computational thinking, then it's okay. If you haven't done, then it's also okay. Because if you have done computational thinking, you have little knowledge of like how the computation work, how the algorithm, how the stepwise logic works and all. So this will help us like studying Python. Okay, so we will start from basic. Okay, as we are going, I'm assuming you have a first intro of Python. We will go from basic till advanced for by keeping the context of quiz 1 as well. Okay, so what is Python? Okay, Python is just a programming language like other programming language, right? There's nothing unique about that. We know Python is programming language, which is basically like other programming language like C++, JavaScript, and JS. Okay, so Java and JS two are different things. Okay, so it's like Java and JS and C++, and there is our Python as well. Okay, so who created Python? So Python was first created by like Udivondozo. Okay, and he first implemented in 1989. That's a good thing. Python is nowadays a widely used programming language. You can see here. Okay, Python is currently version is 3.13, I guess 3.13 something. Okay, which come under Python 3 version. Okay, so before getting into Python, we will understand what are the different components of your subparts of Python which helps Python program to run. One is Python interpreter. We can call it a compiler. Why? Because even the name of this says like what does it mean? Python interpreter. Okay, so Python interpreter means it interprets, like it interpret means help to translate. You can consider like that. Okay, so what it does, it interpret it, it understand your code and execute it. Okay, so the whole thing is done by Python interpreter alone. Unlike other programming language where we need a compiler converting into bytecode and execution. Okay, the whole is getting here done by Python interpreter alone, which is I directly execute our Python code. Okay, you got it. Okay, so this is the only necessary for execution of Python code. Okay, yeah, and this it's like compiler as I said. And another thing is Python console. Okay, or even we can call it cell. This helps like us to execute command line by line. Okay, it's nothing, just an output screen. Okay, output screen, you can say like if I'm running Python here. Okay, let's see. I hope this is visible. If this is visible to you, or this isn't visible. Okay, no worry. So I will here open our compiler. Okay, this you can consider, this output is consider you as a console or cell. Okay, it's basically helping it to like run line by line. Okay, I think it's visible. Oh yeah, it's visible. Okay. So, okay, it's a basically console or cell which help us to execute code line by line. So this is literally a like one line explanation, but if you really wanna know what it is, okay, you can get the good, as I told, like here this is Python console or something. Okay, so this is for like CLI based interaction thing. Cell terminal, you can call it cell terminal, or even command prompt on Windows. If you are running Python there, it will consider as console of Python at that instance. Okay, so there is nothing, that will be called like command line interface. Okay, or console. Okay, and what is output display? These are the primary purposes, two primary purposes of console. One is like for command line interface. Okay, and another is for output display. That's also coming to console. Okay, just you can say here, console can take input, okay, and okay, and read input and show input and all. Okay, so I think it's visible as we can see here. Let's see. If I'm ignore the code for now, I'm just giving an example. Okay, okay, so this is like I'm giving just example. Ignore the code for now. Okay, so let's say this is working as a console. Why this is working as a console? Because here we can enter the input, and then output will the according to program or code, the output will be displayed here. So this is actually working as a console. It is helping the Python to enter if any input output operation is there, which is displayed here. Okay, it's asking input here. So this is basically a console, means like helper of interpreter. Okay, I hope you get it. Okay, so what is helping is helping into code line by line, and it's just an output screen, and that output screen can sometimes ask for input as well. Okay, so good, that's not a big deal. I hope you understood it. And next we can go into Python syntax. Okay, syntax is basically for every programming language, but here we are focused to Python syntax, which is a set of rules. Okay, set of rules so that specified or specifically flawed for writing Python programs. Okay, so one of those is indentation. Okay, indentation is basically a space. Okay, group of statement or blocks or something. Indentation is like that. Block tabs. You can say, if I give example, it will be like see here. If I define a block or something, if okay, now see, this is indentation. The highlighting part of me is indentation, right? I hope it's visible. Yeah, this is indentation. The indentation tells the Python the code which is in indentation part, okay, is inside this if condition. This is part of this if condition. So these are space between. Okay, you can say here, if I fold this will be fold. So this was the part of if condition. This indentation helping Python interpreter to differentiate between like blocks or like specifically which code is this code belongs to. Okay, I hope you get that. It is basically a space thing. Okay, so what was indentation? This one indentation. Good. Okay, at least we have to give indentation. Okay, white spaces which I saw. Okay, empty space, but it has to be at least one. It's not necessary dash long. Even if I give one space, see, this is counted as indentation, and even again this will run. If I run hello, and if a equal to hello, then it's okay. Okay, so if I enter hello, let's say, okay, that's a little error only. Okay, so let's say it's hello, and now see, it's written, it's okay. We call just now, like if value of input is hello, then it's okay. What is happening here, we will go into nothing, but this was indentation I thought, which will basically like there must be indentation level or something to differentiate like which code it belongs to, which parent it belongs to, which blocks it belongs to. Okay, so these are the things which are not that important at for Q1. The thing is that we have to understand that like how to write code. Okay, so how to comment the thing means what are comments in Python. In Python comments are the things like we just only coder need to understand this will not run. The line or anything written after hashtag in Python will not be run by interpreter, will not be compiled by interpreter. It will be there as it is. Okay, compiled, the interpreter will see hashtag there. It will not go further. It will not run this above command or execute or take it as code. Okay, it will not take it as code. As we can say, if I'm run if I there hashtag anything, see there will no error in code, and though there is nothing difference in code or output. This is basically a like ignored function which is visible there, but there's nothing to do with code or execution. Okay, so the comment as I said, I can give it with starting hashtag. Okay, we can give a multiple line comment as well. Okay, how can we give multiple line comment? That's a good question. Okay, so how can we give multiple line? If I want to give a para as a comment, you can give 3. Okay, 3 calls 3 apostrophe here, and again 3. Okay, which is okay, and you can write anything here. So this will also consider that comment. Okay, so that's, I hope you get what is this was multi-line comment, or we are able to give multi-line comment there. Okay, and this was, and what was that? That was single line comment. Okay, that's good. Okay, so what's next? What's next? We can go for is like a variable naming. So wait for a few minutes. Yeah. Okay, so we were here, right? Yeah. So this is multi-line comment, single line comment, and display output and anything. Okay, so display the output, we use the keyword print. This is basically the syntax we are understanding. It's like we can, this is basic print function. Okay, remember print is a function. Okay, print is an inbuilt function in Python. Not okay, got it. So what it helps to print output. Like if I say you what print helps, let's see. You didn't understand the code I have written before, don't worry about that. Okay, just understand from here what the print do. Hello or anything, hello, it will be really hello. Okay, or anything like I can write Ishra, okay, or anything, this will be getting output as simple. Okay, so as you read anything you write inside, it will consider as the output. But thing is that if you're writing in string, okay, you must write it in between this double quote. Okay, if you don't write it in between double quote, this will not consider as a string. Okay, so you must write it as double quote to print any string. Okay, or text. To print any text, you must write it as double quote. That's the thing. Okay, So which is later we will discuss string and all. So this is basically to print something, we use print. Okay, that's all you have to go get it. Okay, now you can say this is the example where the student get traps in quiz 1 or something. Okay, I can see the example here. Let's see. This is allowed. Why? Because the quote which is mark here is same as mark here. The quote which is used here, double quote, same double quote is here. But this will give error. Why? Because the double quote is used here, but single quote is used here. Wanna try? Let's try. Okay. So let's try whether it's true or not. Hello. Okay. Now see, there is double quote and there is a single quote. And as I told, print used to just show output what it get inside. Okay. So if it's got hello here, you must print hello there. As hello is text and we have quoted it with string. We quoted it. Okay, so that it can print as a string. So this you can see the quotation is double here, single here. Let's see it's work or not. See, it's error. Undetermined string literal. Okay, this literal or symbol is determined. So now see, if I use double, single both side, now it's fine. You can say this will be printed, right? And even I use double as I used before, you can say this will be printed as it is. So you got it. This is the trap. Just remember it. Okay. And variable. What does variable mean actually? Okay. Variable means you can consider like something that could vary. Okay. So how can we define, or what do we mean by something that could vary? Example, we defined age equal to 20. Okay. What is age here? Age is variable here. We are storing 20 into age. So you can consider names or bucket. Okay. You can consider a variable is like a bucket. Okay. Which has a name, as this bucket name is S and it stores the value 20. This bucket name is also H, it stores the value 12. This bucket name is also H, it stores the 18. This bucket will be also H and this stores the 23. Okay. Okay, and name and value, it stores a value inside it. It can be number or anything. We will discuss later. Okay. And variable name should start with like the rule for defining variable is this. Okay. It must start with a letter or underscore. Remember, underscore is also okay if you are using it to start the variable. Can never start with number. It's case sensitive. Case sensitive means the difference. It understands the difference between lowercase and uppercase, capital letter and a small letter. Okay. So if I demonstrate you, let's say we are defining a bucket or variable called variable equal to hello. Okay. And then we define variable capital V. We can define with capital V. Capital hello. Okay. Now see, if I print it, what am I printing? Instead of printing that, I can enter variable. Variable and equal to this is equal. So instead of printing hello, I can say print whatever is inside the variable. So I am taking the variable as a string. I am not taking it as a string. I don't want this to act as a string. I want this to act as a pointer or something, which or bucket or something which is dumps the value it has. So I didn't use quote here. Okay, we will not use quote here. We will say it's variable, and then program will search variable. Oh yeah, variable is here, and it will think what is inside variable. What is equal to? It's equal to hello. So it will print hello. Let's see. Yeah, it's printed. So is it same if I give capital V? Let's see, both are different. For capital V, it's capital hello. Means the variable understand the difference between case sensitiveness, capital V and small v, and treating both different. Okay, so that's another jump point you to remember this rule for naming variable. It must never start with letter or underscore. Can't start with a number. Okay. Okay, and not any other character. It can only contain underscores and alphanumeric characters. It can't contain @ and symbol and all. You got this? What characters allowed to contain? Underscore and alphabet and numbers. Only 3 things. Okay. So I demonstrated this in practical. Okay, how I demonstrated this. I told this you to understand. Okay, now main thing is to understand these two both. Demonstrate this two both into practical. Okay. So variable should start with letter underscore. So if I start the variable name with the letter underscore, let's say defining the variable where 1. Will this run? Let's see. Will this? Okay. It's looking odd, like white underscore, but this will run. We use underscore. We didn't start. We start with number. We can start with underscore alphabet. Okay. Underscore letter or underscore. So we did start with letter. We did start with underscore, and so it must work. Is it work? Yeah, it is. See, so it's fine. What if I start with number? Why we think this will give you error? Let's see. This invalid decimal literally. You can see this is literally error. Okay. So we can't start variable name with number. We can only start with alphabet or underscore. See, if I start with V, it works. No, it's good. Can't start with a number. We also demonstrated it. Can't start with a number. Only start with letter or underscore. Get. Okay. You can use any letter, as I said. Okay. As I have said, we can use a capital or a small letter, but it must be a letter alphabet. Okay. Not any symbol inside. Okay. In letter we can use number. I have just used 1 here. It is allowed to use 1. afterward, but not start with number. Only one rule: start with only letter or underscore. This rule. And second rule: the whole variable must contain only these three things: alphabet, numbers, or underscore, and only start with letter or underscore. But and this is case sensitive. Okay, these three things you have to keep in mind. Okay, so to take input from Python, okay, we can say like we can type input and ask what's your name or something. We are going to demonstrate it. It will be much more understandable then. So we are into user input syntax. So we will look through it. Okay, so as you can read here, what's it written? To ask any information, just type input. Okay, so we will demonstrate this example. Okay, we will demonstrate each of the examples so that it will be easy to understand. So here are little demonstration. In this example, you can see that A is a variable. As I said, variable name start with underscore or alphanumeric character. Okay, so it's a valid variable name. Okay, so let's see next, like it's equal to, and we are defining this variable as input. Okay, of name. So what will it do? Let me run it. Okay, so what is asking for input? So when it's going to take input, okay, we're gonna do this input syntax, and whatever you will write inside it with code will be displayed here. You can write here as input something. Okay, and if I press enter here, then next line will be executed. So this is execution of Python file or Python program line by line. Okay, so what helps it to do that? We have already studied that is console. Like the console helps it to do that. So let's say if I enter the name and now I press enter. So let's say print, and this is the next statement of line 4. This executed here. This is the statement of line 1. So that was all about it. Input. So I guess you have got it. This isn't like an rocket science thing. We can also pick up this example. Okay, so let's see. So let's say this is hashtag. So these are comment thing. This will not interfere at all with code. Okay, so what we are asking first, before executing it, running it, let's understand what it's taking. It defined a valid variable name. Okay, with code what is the name. Okay, and the print, this is printing. Print is another built-in function which we have already discussed. So it's asking about name and adding the string of name with this variable name. Okay, so you can do it like that, or you can do it like that. We will discuss later how it works. What basically addition will do here? Addition will add this string and this string. How this is string? So if I enter the input here, okay, so this will detect string, and the addition of these two strings will be displayed through this print syntax, so print inbuilt function of Python. Okay, so I guess this is clear as for now. The thing is that we have to consider few things. Okay, so data type of input, this is very important topic. So what we mean by data type of input? Okay, so basically by data type of input we mean to say anything we give in input, okay, in console it will be considered as string or text first. Okay, so there are variable we will discuss later what are strings and all, but let's know it's for text. Okay, it will take it as text, raw text. So what I mean to say here is change the code. Okay, and let's see, I'm entering the number here, but it will consider it as a string. Let's see, it added it successfully. It has considered it as string. That's why it's possible to add it. Okay, because in Python string plus number addition gives us error, but it didn't give us error. So that's why like the input variable is always be taken as string. Even you have entered the number here or any another thing here, it will always be considered as string. Okay, so if like we will see next like how it's how we will check like which data type. Okay, so the next concept is all about that, like what are data types. Okay, so data types are basically we can see say the different types of data, okay, in Python, which basically we divided it for our convenience, like string. Okay, so string is basically you can understand as text, and best command to know the variable type of variable is using print type variable. So let's demonstrate it and understand like how it works. So if we give print type and we give name, we can see what it is. Okay, first the education will run first command. It will not go beyond input command, and the program will be stopped at input line or input function. Then it will execute later unless we give input here. So now let's give input here. Let's see, even we have given number as an input, the type of variable it's showing string. That's another proof that Python takes input as string, so as text. Okay, so that's another key we can understand from this. So string we already know, like okay, we represent it with double quote or single quote, it will be considered as string. Okay, so here is variable name and we consider it as single quote, so it is variable, it is considered as string or text. And this is false, it is used with double quote, so it is also considered as string or text. Okay, and as I have told earlier, like to combine the string we can use plus sign, which A is hello, B is hello, then print A plus B. Okay, you can understand it here if you say. Let's see how it's printing the thing. Let's see, it's hello and world is print without a space because it just joined the both word like this. Hello is here, plus A will not add auto space automatically. Okay, this isn't even the like good trying to updating it with a space bar automatically without defining in code. So this will like work, this is working like this, hello and world. So you can see how close this is. These two are too close with plus addition in between. That's great. Okay, and if I want a space there, then we can add another string with a space. Let's see, now see. Okay, oh, this is giving us error. Now see, hello. So this is what this is doing. This addition operator here is adding all three strings together. So this is A, this is B, this is space which is mentioned there, and the last one is from B. Okay, so this is the part. I think these are easy peasy things. And second data type we are going to discuss in number. Okay, in number the integer and floating point both are included. Okay, so what is integer? It like row, you can consider row integer, which is basically mathematics integer, positive integer, negative integer, and zero all fall under this integer category or int category. Okay, in Python we call integer as int, at floating point, decimal as floats. Okay, so x equal to 21, print x will be 21. What will be data type of this? Data type of this will be integer. Okay, and what will be data type of this? Data type of this will be float, as it is decimal number. Okay, so that's the thing. We as for our understanding, we use int and float for different purposes. Like if you want to define s, we will use int. We don't want someone age as 12.566, so we will obviously use int there. And for price we want accuracy, so we will use float. Like for even the decimal values after decimal will be significant for us, so we will use float. And another data type is boolean, which is basically true or false. Okay, so this is nothing else, it's just true or false. So it is defined what are the trues and what are the false. So if I demonstrate it here, let's say here. Okay, so if I define this, this is a variable, don't confuse it, we can call it var1. Okay, and we will do var1. Okay, so if I consider var1, okay, as true and print var1, it will be true. And this is not a string, to confirm it, because we haven't used quote here, so this will not be treated as string. Okay, for your confirmation I can print its type. You will know like this isn't a string, this is actually a bool function, a boolean data type. Sorry. Okay, and this is the key point, true or false must always be written with capital letter. Okay, you shouldn't write it without capital letter. Okay, so we don't put, as I said, double quote while writing boolean, because it will then treat it as string data type. So to use it as boolean data type, we shouldn't use any quotation symbols. Okay, so I think next hour is this list. Okay, and let's deal with more example with true false, because it's a little important. If I define empty string, will it be true or false? Guess. For printing it will be true or false. We can see add bool here and let it know it will be true or false. Okay, and another thing, if I add or, will it be true or false? It will be true. Why? Because or will first say this is false, or always give the final output of things. This command will only run if this fails, like this or this, or if any of the comes thing true. I mean, it doesn't mean that this command will run only after that. Both will run, but this both function, means both inclusive, will give the one single result. It's like if this is false, this is true, so it's basically translating this is false and this is true, because there is something assigned it, which is a space bar. Even the space bar is counted as true. Only the empty string are counted as false in terms of strings, are only false for strings. Okay, so this is false, this is true, so false or true gives us true. This is basically a basic operation, I guess. Okay, if any of one of this is true, then the final result will be true. That's good. Okay, and what if I do and here? Predict false and true, what should be there? right? It should be false. It has to bool it as, so it has to, the both must be true and true is only true, right? Because and is used here, so we have no option like or. And 0 is also considered as false in number. Okay, so in numbers 0 is considered false, and in string empty strings are considered false. Okay, if I do anything else, sorry, this will be error. I will explain why this will be error, because Python use 0 before the number for defining octal. Okay, and if I don't define O inside the octal, it will give error. These are different discussions. So let's see here. It will give me true. Why? Because this the number value isn't 0. If it will be 0, the value will be false. Correct. So let's get ahead to list. Okay, so what are the lists? Are basically ordered collection of data. Okay, but the thing is that it is heterogeneous. It can contain heterogeneous type of data. Okay, so there is nothing copy of that. It contains heterogeneous type of data. Okay, so that's the thing. It's just ignore this. I hope you get it. So it can contain everything. Okay, it can contain order collection of string. I mean, it can contain string, it can contain number, so it can contain everything, every data type. Okay, so as it there here is example, it has number also, it has string also. Because how did I get it is string? Because it is quoted with single strings, single quote. So these are string, and list are basically written with this is square bracket. Okay, so another important thing. Okay, and the elements and different values are separated with comma, as you can see here it is. Okay, so these are list data type. I hope you know that. And to know the type of variable, we have already discussed this thing, how we know the type of variable A, comma print type of variable B, then it will print the variable type of variable A and B together. Okay, and second, these are the next is our interesting topic, which is type conversion or typecasting. Okay, so in Python, what happens in concatenation? What is concatenation? Concatenation is basically combination of two strings. Like previously we have discussed how we are combining the two strings using plus operator, addition operator. Okay, so that's also concatenation. Okay, means joining the string. Okay, and if we try, what is written, if we try to add string and number, you will get an error. To prevent this error, what we do, we first convert the type of number to string. Okay, so we can see here what we mean to say or no. Okay, so let me give you an example. A equal to 5, print A and print A 5, and for B we like good is good number. Okay, so if I want to print it together using add operator, we can print it using comma, I know, but here I am to demonstrate you the purpose of type conversion. So A plus B, so what you expect here, an error. Obviously, why? Because we can't add a number and a string. So how will we avoid this error and we will add it? We can convert this into string. Okay, if we convert this into string or quote it, or even like str, sorry, I forgot that sentence. Okay, so str A and B, no, it will not give error. Why? Because it had taken 5 as a number, 5 as a string, and given 5 is good number. Got it? So that's the purpose of conversion, why we convert, to avoid the error. Okay, and the conversion is two types. This is the thing we have done here is implicit conversion. Okay, this is implicit, this is explicit conversion. Okay, so what does explicit conversion mean actually? So in explicit conversion, this is basically implicit because we are ourselves defining the type conversion, doing the type conversion. And what is implicit type conversion? It's mean it is done by Python itself. What is it possible? Yeah, it is. You want an example? This is explicit conversion where we need to convert it, use the string or int depending on us. And let's see implicit type conversion. Okay, which is done by Python itself. So if we write A equal to implicit type conversion as A equal to 5.6, okay, this is float, right? And B equal to 4, and if we do print A plus B, so the number can be int or float. But what does Python do? Python convert my number into float. Python convert this 4 into float as well implicitly by itself, and then add and give us the result. So that's the example of implicit conversion. Even you can see from here, okay, the main example, like this is float and this you can give string, and even if you find the type, it will be float as it has decimal. Okay, so what we're doing here, the Python itself is doing conversion, and here we are explicitly defining it that convert this b into int. Okay, I hope you're getting this isn't a big deal. So that's all the same thing. To convert a variable into string, we surround it with str. To convert it into it, we surround it with int. So to convert it into float, we surround it to float, so that it finally look like this 4.0 from 4. Okay, and there are different operators which we are going to discuss in Python right now. Okay, I hope this is visible. Yeah, this is visible. So arithmetic operators we are going to discuss first, which are basically like math, which is addition, subtraction, and multiplication for statistics, and division, and exponentiation, which is the power. For power we use double symbol. Okay, for modulus it's called remainder. To know the remainder of a number divided by something, we will get this. And for float division, this is this. What does float division do? It will give the lowest integer. Okay, if it's 5.8, it will give 5. So let's start with addition. Okay, let's start. So what's addition to here? As we have done here, we have added it to zing. So this is basically the example of addition. Okay, even we can do like 5.6 plus 4.8 as well. Instead of that defining in variable, we can define it directly as well, which is 5.6 plus 4. This also works the same way, 9.6. If you write 100 here, this will work right. So this is basically the addition, which is mathematical addition, which is simple one. Okay, and there is string addition as well, which we have already discussed, which is this additional operator itself is used as to join the string as well, which we have already discussed. Okay, and what is subtraction, which is basically the mathematical subtraction to return the subtraction value. What is asterisk used for? Symbol for multiplication. Okay, so we can use here asterisk and let it multiply. Let's see, this is multiplied. Okay, so this isn't a big deal for us. Okay, this is already in like our basic mathematics. So division is the same as this. If you divide like 40 divided by 5, let's see, it's same. And if I do exponential, like 2 to the power 3 to 8, that 2 into 2 multiplied 3 times. That's 2 multiplied itself 3 times. Okay, this is exponentiation. This is remainder. We already know, like if you divide, to use remainder we use percentage symbol. 10 divided by 2, no remainder, as we know it will completely divide this, so 0 remainder. So this is float division, which gives like nearest whole number. So what does this mean? This means 10 by 2, it will give, if you divide it will give 5. Even here like 15, but it's 7.5 it should be, but it's giving 7. It's giving the nearest value. Okay, so for 16.2 it's giving 8. Okay, or 15.5 it will give 7. 2. Why not more than 7? It's not rounding up, it's giving the lowest, it means nearest low value, in nearest row integer value. Okay, because if you see print 15.5 by 2, if you do actual division, you will know it must be 7.75, but this print function, this line 3 float division function, float division operator did it to 7.0. So what it's doing, it is rounding it to converting it to integer. Which integer? It can goes to 8, which will be more nearer, but it went to lowest. So float division, just remember from the word floor. Okay, floor, so it will choose low one. Floor is located lower, so remember it like this. And the another thing is that operator sequence, which is DMAS. Okay, which we know for which is BODMAS thing, as in BODMAS rule applied here. If we do like this, the Python will perform multiplication first, then addition, etc. And if you need a perform first, then we use bracket, which is again BODMAS function. Bracket is first in BODMAS. So first is bracket, then division, then multiplication, then addition. So if you don't know BODMAS, you can get this. First bracket, then division, then multiply, then add, then subtract. We will get to know it. Okay, we will get to know it later, the more precedence order, etc. And this is comparison operator, which we use to compare, like equal to compare whether it is equal to or not, less than equal to compare is then not equal to. This is the sign of greater than, this is sign like, these are the mathematical stuff which you already know. But remember here, the greater than symbol, equal to symbol is always after, greater than and less than operator, equal to is always after. Okay, here be equal to is after, equal to is after, equal to is always after. Means first symbol, then equal to. Don't use equal to first, then symbol, it will be error. Okay, first greater than or less than symbol, then error, then equal to. Okay, and this is the equality function. If you run print 5 equal to 5, it is showing 5, each 5 equal to 5. Yeah, true, it is. Is this two string equal? These are comparing. The double equal to used for compare, and this state also for comparison of not equal to. 10 is not equal to 5, सही बात है. So 2. S is not equal to S, सही बात है. So no, इसकी गलत बात है. These are the wrong. So it's false. Is 2 is not equal to 2, false. 2 is obviously 2. There is only one 2. Okay, and the greater than symbol is like this, less than is greater than equal to less than. Okay, which is 8 less than 4, yes. 8 greater than 4, yes, true. 10 greater than 20, no, false. Is 8 greater than or equal to 2, greater than, no, equal to, yes, so it will give true. If any of the conditions satisfy greater than or equal to, so it will, so true. So now we will jump into logical operators, which is a good thing. Okay, so this is logical and or not. Okay, what is logical and? As I've discussed, true and true. Yeah, true and false, false and false. So what does it mean? If we give x equal to 5 equal to 5 and 4 equal to 4, okay, so it will give us true. What we do is comparing the two value and value. Okay, it is logical and. Let's say if these two condition comes true, then only gives true. Or if either of the operands is true, it will be true. And true, and in logical note, if operand is false, return true. So not false will become true. Okay, if you are not getting through it, I can paint it and show to you. Let's see that. Okay, and let's see what happened. Yeah, let's see true. Why true? Not false, you use not before false, so it turn to true. Not before true, it will turn to false. Not is just flip the boolean value. Not 10 greater 10 less than 20, first there is bracket, so bracket will be solved first by Python. So 10 is greater than 20, yes or no? False. No, so it will give false, and not false will give us true. Then true will be stored in XPR. Then next line it will be print XPR, and what's inside XPR? True. Got. And this is what I was talking about, precedence and associativity operators. Okay, so the more priority which operators Python solves for is bracket, and then Python solves exponent, then Python solves these operators, then Python solve addition, subtraction. This is for division, this is used for remainder. So Python first solve bracket stuff, then exponent stuff, then these operators stuff, then addition, subtraction stuff, then at last it performs comparison. So remember that this is the key point. What is the key point? This is the key point, that comparison in Python is performed after computation. Okay, so comparison in Python is performed after computation or after this operator of multiplication, addition, and etc. Okay, if these are done, then it will perform comparison of this, and we can do logical note and all. Okay, so they are the many things we can do. So give what's this note is saying, this operator note. So what's logical note? It's basically logical note which we have studied above, note and all. So the priority is given to not first, then and first, then or. This is also another key point. Remember, not will be solved first, then and, then or. Okay, so this is the also a key point. Let's see. Okay, as we have, this is the final conclusion. As we can see above, one operator in a group with same precedence means the value of precedence value which will be solved first. So these all will be solved first, solved together. There is no order for these four, but this is in the same row. Also here there are no order for these plus minus, both will be same simultaneously, or you can say concurrently. When two operators have the same precedence, associativity helps to determine the order of operations. Okay, so it has same precedence. Okay, so associativity helps to determine the order of operation. So as I told, it will solve concurrently. Okay, not summit. I wrong. It's not. I meant to say simultaneously. So associativity defines which is to solve first. So it is associativity with left to right. This is what associativity here. Okay, so means there are always same to bracket same precedence. So it will solve first left one means 2 to the power 3. Then it will solve resultant to the power 8. Then resultant to the power 4. So this is basically it will solve from left to right. Okay, as a normal associativity, but this is wrong. Okay, what this is wrong? Why this is wrong? Because in this there are special case of exponential operator. It is solved right to left. Remember this. Python solves exponent operator as right to left. Okay, remember, good. And also the not operator has right to left associativity. Okay, so two things we have to note here. What? That same precedence values operators are solved or considered to solve left to right using in Python. Okay, but exponential and not operators are those two which will have associativity or solved from right to left. Okay, so we will demonstrate it. Okay, we will obviously demonstrate it. So what we need to say, so let's demonstrate it here. Okay, now see, I did 2 to the power 3 and 3 to the power 3, 3 to the power 2. So what will happen here? First 2 to the power 3, 8, then 8 to the power 2, which will give 8 into 8, which will give us 64, right? So 64. Why? How we got into criteria? Because we started solving from here, left to right. So Python does the same thing for exponents. For Python should have done the same thing. It solves from like it should have solved to like understand it as 2, 3 and 2, but Python doesn't do this. Okay, Python to complete it, Python solve from here. Okay, it first 2 to the power 3, then 3 to the power 2. Okay, so if I get the result of this, it is 2 to the power, according to our brain, 2 to the power 3, or our as for calculation, 3 to the power 3 gives us 8, then 8 to the power 1. Okay, so 8 to the power 1, this double exponent symbol is for power, the power 1 will give you 8. So this must be 8, right? But this will not become 8 as Python. We can, to show it, we can do like print it, so we can solve. Let's see, this is completed as right to left, so it is first calculated at 1 to the power 3, which is 1, then 1 to the power 3, which is 1, and then 3 to the power 2, which is 2. I don't know why it has solved it at right to left, at associativity is right to left. So okay, so we did mistake in here. Okay, it is right to left, so right will be solved first. So we haven't mistaken. So 3 to the power 1 will be solved first. Okay, so what will be 3 to the power 1 must give, it must give 3, right? And then 2 to the power 3, which will be 8. Okay, so in this way this is also coming as 8. Okay, so what it doing, it is solving 3 to the power 1 first, then the whole result is raised to 2 to the power 2, means 2 to the power 3. You can see here like how it's working for this. This is 8 to the power, this is 8 to the power 4. So first it solved 8 to the power 4, then the whole result will be 3 to the power that result, 8 to the power 4, one result, then whole result will be 2 to the power this whole result. So this is basically from right to left. This is started from right and going to left. This is for exponent operator, and same applied for not operator. We can demonstrate it here. Okay, so 5 we can set true, not. Okay, we always use capital T and F to start boolean definition. Okay, so capital false, not true, not true. So what is happening? First it will go from right to left, it will be not true will be false, then not true will be false, then not true will be false, then not true will be false. Okay, so here giving error because this syntax is like not true, then what will happen to not true? So this is giving error like that. Why? This is the reason this is giving error. Okay, because this is not value syntax to define now, but we can say false, not true. Okay, and for if I there is any if condition, we can define false, not true, false or not true. Okay, so we can define a false or not true. Okay, so we can say what is this just converted not true at not true, this will be at false, and false or false will give us false. So the final result will be false. If we print it, it will be shown false here. Okay, so in not as well, it starts from right to left associativity. Okay, for your greater understanding, we can also always feel free to like research or understand that. Okay, so if we go there and let's see, these are the assignment operators. Okay, these are the another operators which are used right to left. That's the benefit of research. Okay, equal to operators are used as right to left associative. First B is assigned to 5, then A is assigned to B. Not A is first assigned to B, then B is assigned to 5. Okay, I hope you're getting this. And same as this. Okay, power thing. Okay, so as we have already discussed, this first is right and left and all. Okay, so this was the thing we have studied. Okay, and this is negation also, and logical note also goes like from right to left associativity, even the bitwise note, or not follow the associativity of right solve first then left. Okay, so both logical and bitwise we will study like later about bitwise operators and all, so don't panic about those things right now. And there the string we have already discussed. These are the some functions of string which we will discuss now. Okay, so in string, what are string are basically the way to define the text in Python. Okay, hello. And there are different methods, there are different techniques, you can say, for now that Python provide to do special things with strings. What I mean by special things is that we can access its character using index. Okay, how we can access the index character. Python internally name the iterables, or here we can say strings as well, with index, internal index, which start with 0 index, h is in 0 index, a is in 1 index, l is in 2 index, another l is in 3 index, and this o is in 4th index. And it also label it with opposite sign, o is -1, l is -2, l is -3. We don't believe. If I print here a, we use square bracket to define the like indexes. Okay, so we use -1, the -1 refers for o, and here a refers for this variable, so o will be printed. Okay, and if I do -2, you can guess what after o, what before o, l, and if again I do, it will be l. If I do no, it will be correct, it will be e. A is -4, and also if I do 1, so as I told, it also labels from this side 0 1. It label Python internally label 2 level, 1 in negative level, negative indexing. Second, it does internally is like just whole number indexing 0 1. So 1, so h is 0, e is 1, so e must come. Okay, so e come here, like e appeared here. So this is like way of indexing. Okay, getting the letter. Negative indexing we already did. And what is slicing? Slicing is basically getting the range of character. By indexing we got single character, and by slicing we get range of character. What does it do? It gives 2 to 5. Okay, how it giving us? We can okay, we can do this, we can understand this. Okay, so let's understand. So what are you doing? Print like next to text 2 comma 2 semicolon, that's colon, sorry, 2 colon 5. Okay, so what is it? 0, check out index 0. What is for text? So where is text? There is text. What's inside text? This 0 1 2, and it is 2 is t, and what where is 5? 3 4 5, 5 is n, I guess. Okay, so 2 and 5. So what is print from 2 from 5? No, at last index it leaves the last index, so it will not print n, it will print till o. So output will be tho. Okay, and if I do 2 from 1, 0 1 2, okay, 2, so it will be 2, and if I leave this blank, okay, if you leave this blank, then it will print whole after 2. Okay, so py2, t is here 2, so this all will be printed because it leaves us blank. Blank means all. Okay, and also we can do negative indexing as well. If we want to start from -1, okay, we started from -1, then what will be output? And it's blank here. What it is? Yeah, output is r. Why? Because if we have undefined anything, then it will take it as after r. There is blank, so after r there another column of jump here. Okay, so if I use 0, then what will it do? It will print from 0, means first character to all, because after colon there is blank. And if I mention till 8 characters, so it will print till 7 character. As I said, it will never print the last given index, so it will Python 8. And if I want that it prints with hop of 2, okay, or gap of 2, so I can give 2. This is like start, this is like stop, this is steps. Okay, so now see, this is steps PTO. First this print 0, then taken 1 2 step, so 1 2 it reaches to t, print t, then it taken 2 step, 1 2, then it reaches to o, then o, then it taken 2 steps, reaches to blank, but blank didn't get print. Okay, blank because our end moment or stop moment was 8, and it is already 8 moment there. 1 2, say 8, so 7th. Okay, as we told that 1 less than the given index will be stopped or final. So 7 to 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So this is what 7, right? 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So this is the 7. So what it printed? Is it printed with space or not? Yeah, I guess there's a printed space as well. Let's see. Okay, so there was a space as well. How can we understand that there is a space printed or not? We can, instead of a space, we can do hyphen. Let's see. Yes, it's printed, so space was printed there, but we were not able to see it, or it was blank space. Okay, so I hope you got the symbol of it's like example of this slicing, which is basically start, stop, and hop. Okay, and if you don't mention it, it will take one hop. Yeah, and even if don't mention it, stop wall, it will never stop, it will complete all. And if you don't mention the start, then it will start from beginning 0. But these are the basic thing, I guess. Okay, and the replication is basically we do statistics, we use multiplication operator for another thing as well. You can see here what I'm doing. I have written text to 4 times, so if now I print x, what will happen? The Gagan will be printed 4 times, because this x is stored with value text 4 times, so Gagan added 4 times, concatenated. So this is the another way of concatenation of strings. Okay, I hope you're getting this. And we can also concatenate using a specific alphabet. As I say, I don't want to concatenate x, I want to first character. So how to get first character? Just to use square bracket. We have already discussed it in indexing method here, right? Here, right? So how we got g? We get to g with text 0 g, and with 4 it will be g g g g. Let's say 4g. So that's great. Okay, so that's what the replication. and also the string are compared, which we obviously know it is case sensitive. Okay, remember, if we printed x equal to, you can see here, okay, if I printed x equal to India and x equal to India, yeah, the India is here and x also stored this, are these two equal? This is equality operator which checks the comparison, compare whether these two are equal or not. Yes, it is equal, so it will give the value 2. Are this x and this x is equal? No, it isn't. Why? Because here it is I. So this is case sensitive, as it was our variable defining name of the variable is also case sensitive. So Python is literally case sensitive, you can say like that. Okay, in India also the first letter is small, so it says false. No, this x India, the India which is stored in this x variable is not same as this, and this is correct, so it gives us false. So that was we have went to week 1. So let's now dive into week 2.
So I guess it's visible. Okay. Yeah. So here we have already studied this like variable thing. Okay. We'll go one by one, cover all the topics within week 2. Okay. And so we have seen the variable naming, which is like it must be start from underscore and alphanumeric. I mean alphabets. Okay, not number. Variable name shouldn't start with number. Okay. And the variable must contains the alphabet, numbers, and underscores, but it should never be start from number. Okay, so we can see here A is variable, B is variable, and name is variable. So it's defining poor and good name. So name the variable such that if you look through it, if anyone look through it, at least that person get hint like what this variable is used for, what this variable tells in code. So it shouldn't know, it will not bother him to understand the whole code you have written. So it's like a no good naming culture. Like if you are writing something and then better define it with a variable which reflects that. I mean with name. If you're writing it, then define the variable which reflects that. So it will be convenient for both you and for another person who will review or like come along join along with your code. Okay, so for that we have to take care of the naming we are defining, which is basically convenience thing. And we have already studied about comment as well, like how the comment works. Using hashtag will be associating all the text written after hashtag will be considered as comment and will not be executed by the interpreter. Okay, they're only used for code understanding purpose. Okay, good comment explain why, not just what. This is a good code practices. Okay, and this is the important topic, which is dynamic typing. Okay. What is really meant by dynamic typing? Python type system is dynamic typing or dynamic type, while another C++ Java is statically typed. Okay. What I meant by that? I mean to that I don't have to define the data type. Okay, it take the type of variable itself. Okay, so what I mean to say, type written x equal to India here, right? So my Python automatically considered it as a string or a text. You can check here by using Python type. So if you check here, it is you will able to see here that okay, this is not Python, this is print. I'm so done there. Okay, so you can see it is string, and yeah, it will work in number as well. Let's see whether it's printing the value of y as int or not. Yeah, int. So it's considering if I define it decimal, will it print it as float or not? Yeah, it will. So it is automatically defining the types of the variable. Okay, so it dynamically it defining the type variable. Statically means you have to declare it during compile time. Okay, and it is already checked. Okay, so it is already checked during runtime, and we can here in statically that we have to define like what we are writing. Example in C, we have to write like int x equal to 5 to define it like yeah, it is integer. X is integer. Okay, you getting my point? Yeah. So to define it as integer, we will int x equal to 5. Okay, but in Python, if you write x equal to 5, Python automatically decide what is 5 integer, so it will internally define this x variable as a type of integer. Okay, as we have already demonstrated the example here. Great. I hope you understood this. Okay. The interpreter does type checking only as code runs. Okay. The type of variable allowed to change over its lifetime. So we can change. This is another benefit of dynamic typing. We can change from string to int. Okay. This come under dynamic typing. But if you say whether it's allowed everywhere, so let's see. Okay. So if you say in C++, it can we do? Yeah, I know the answer, but I'm just searching it to like give you a get like overview and memory persistency. So if I Google it and search it, you will see and get the persistent in your memory that how this work in C++. Okay. Okay. So let's see here in C++, it is already defined in as I said compile time. Okay. So the thing is here, it will not do that. It will throw us error. Okay. Here we can specifically define it using std or okay standard array that convert this string to int. Okay. String to I, s to I. Okay, we can do it. Okay, but this is already defined in compile time because during compilation it will whole will be compiled and converted to byte code during C++ execution. So this will be A number will be already considered or defined as integer. Here we also need to define its value, which is integer. Okay. So we did type conversion here, which is allowed. We can do it in C++ as well. Okay, but what we can't do, we can't do dynamically type conversion. Okay, so we can't do like in C++ or Java. If I define the string 42, variable thing 42, then if I define thing equal to number, so it will not compile, it will show error. It will not auto understand that this is 42. Okay, because it's already string, it will show it is string, thing is string. This will not compile. Okay, and if I need to convert it that way, it will show as error. So you can see it already defined a string and can't later hold an int without explicit conversion, so it will not hold that. Okay, so that's the thing. So here like it is already defined. Okay, compile time that this is a string, and now you are saying in compilation that it is 42 a number, so it will show error. No, I have considered this thing as a string. You can't define number here, right? So if I give you example, I can give you even this example. Okay, let's see that how this working in C++. First thing in dynamic conversion, static conversion is I have told you like it. We don't need to define int and string and define data type before defining our variable. Okay, we can just say x equal to 5, Python automatically understand that, yeah, if x is int, x equal to thing equal to hello world, yeah, thing is string. It's a pattern. We don't have to write string thing equal to hello or something like that. Okay, which we have to do in C++ and Java. We have to manually define the type of variable. Okay, so the thing is that let's see this. Okay, why it will not like work. Okay, so we have to comment it out. So it is one, but this isn't get compilation. Okay, this didn't get compiled. Okay, why this didn't get compiled? Okay, if I rerun it, you will understand. Okay, sorry, I forgot. I don't know why I have erased it. Yeah. Okay. So if we out it, which is see out. Okay, and we define thing. So will it able to see give us thing of that another? Oh, that yeah means that 42 as a string or that 42 as a number. So it is giving us a asterisk. So what happened here? Like why it printed star? Like because we have defined thing as variable 42 as a string. Okay, and then I define thing as 42 int. But as it's already defined thing variable thing as a string, so what that C++ did is a behavior of C++. It internally converted 42 as a char. Okay, ASCII char. So if I convert the 42 as a ASCII char, it will be a string of the character this. So this is internal behavior of C++. If I define a string data type as a number, it will consider that number as a ASCII code of that char value. Okay. If you know ASCII code, you will understand this, why it is converted to string. Okay, which is not discussion of ours syllabus, but that's the thing I was trying to make you understand that in Python we need to dynamically type, in C++ it is statically typed. We have to define the data type first. Okay, it is the rule to write variable which we have already studied it. Shouldn't start with number. And these are the Python keywords which are basically the reserved word which is used by Python. You can't define it, use it as a variable. Okay, so that's a error. It will show you error or sometimes give you very wrong output if you ignore it. Okay, so I'm just marking this key point. Can't use as variable. Okay, variable names. So you can't use this keywords or reserved word for variable names. Okay. And we are going to head for multiple assignment. Okay, defining variable at 1, we know x equal to 1, but we can also define the variable with 2, like 2 variable at once, which is like x comma y is 1 2, then x will be correspond to 1 and y will be correspond to x will be correspond to 1, y will be correspond to different 2. So if you print x comma y, x1 will be printed and 2 will be printed. Okay, so that's the thing. And another thing is that same, which is assign same value to multiple variables. Okay, so if we define same value to multiple variables, okay, as you can see, this is the variable. If I use equal to, so Python first it will start from, we have already started, it is like associativity property which will start from that we have already started. So first it will, that's not a worry. So first it will give z equal to 8, then we'll reference y with that value as well, then x equal to that as well. So whole x comma y comma z will be now point to 8. Okay. And now another thing is like if the variable count doesn't match value error occurs. Okay. So if the variable count doesn't match value count, what does it mean? We can see here. Okay. If I say the variable count is 2, the value count is 3. So 1 will A will be referred to 100, B will be referred to 200, and what about 300? So it will give us value error. Okay. And also vice versa, if the variable is more, like A will be 0.200, B will be 0.200, then what will happen to C? It will give us value error as well. So to unpack this thing or to collect the whole remaining values into a list, we use stuff. like a comma star b. So a will be first point to 100 and b will be then point to 200, 300 as a list. Okay, as you can see here, example, a is 100. Okay, a is 100 and b is list of 200 comma 300. Okay, I hope you're getting this. This is a big deal. It is that a comma star of b, which is 100 comma 200 comma 300. So what is happening? A is pointing to 100 and leftover is pointing as a list to b. But why this happened? Because of this star. Okay, so that's the power of using star before the means asterisk before the variable name. Okay, so you can see it is int and it is list. And also this a will be point to b will be point to a, first a will be point to list. So it will point to number as a list and left is for b. So this will happen like this. B is here, it will take the leftover. A will happen, A will be take the whole and leave the values which will be later can be realized to use for another variables like B. Okay, you getting what happened here? Is like B is pointed to 200 comma 300. What happened here? A is pointed to 100 200. Cause A asterisk A must have two value count. Because there are only two variable used. One asterisk A will take one. It defined at start of the value, start of the line. So it will take first two value and the left value it will be one, which will be assigned to variable name B. That's what basically. Now if you print A, it will be 100 200. If you print B, it will be 300. Okay, the operator collect all remaining values into a list. That's it. Okay. So it will take, remember, all remaining values. So B comma C is here, then it will be C, B will be defined 200, C will be defined 300, the remaining will be 100, which will be with a list. Okay. Even there is one value, what I mean to say here. That let's see. I want to ask you this question. What will happen if A equal to A comma B star asterisk B, okay, asterisk B equal to branch comma does. So you have to answer like whether the B will be stored as list or int simple. Sure, you have to answer it. Let's see like what you are thinking about the result. Even the value is one, it will be unpacking within the list. Okay, that is start B does is the list. Okay, and now how to delete a variable if we have defined the variable and we didn't define anything. So the garbage collector will collect it. Okay, but the but if garbage collector isn't collected, it or is no use, you can do del x to delete the variable as well. Let's see, you can see the input here. Let's see. First, you can see here del x. It will be deleted and throw the output like what is deleted. Okay. So that's the thing. And now define. Now after deleting, let's print x. It will obviously show the error that x isn't defined because we have already deleted it line. Okay. So that's the thing. Del key is used even to delete a char, which is or list element of any list, any element of any list. Del is so common for two variables. Okay. So these are the shorthand argument, which is obviously easy peasy. So whether you, if you have to write x equal to x plus 3, you can write it this as well. Are you getting this? This is the same as x equal to x plus 3 or x equal to x plus a. You can define x plus equal to a. So same as modulus, same as floor, same as exponential. Okay. So these are the things. So now we are going to study like membership operators, which is not in. Okay. So what does membership operators see? That we will study here like about two, that is in and not in. So what is this? This is basically used for at variables. Okay, means string, list, tuples, etc. Okay, so it will return to the specified value is present in the object. Okay, so if you see here sentence, if the variable sentence contains I am Gavneet Kaur and you print call in sentence. So each call in sentence is just true. So that will be, as we have used print built instruction here, so it will give us output as print true. Okay, sent to I am a girl. Is girl not in sent to? क्या sentence sent to में sent to variable में girl नहीं है? False, girl तो है, there is a girl. So this is the basically use of number. If you got it, I hope you got it. Okay, just this isn't a big deal. This is pretty. Okay, so these are the comparison operator. Okay, which yield true or false value. Okay, so we can do like here x is greater than 10 and on. So we have studied the precedence order like computationally done before the comparison operator. We already knew it. Okay, and another thing we have studied was this one greater than x greater than 10. So it will start from generally left to right. Okay. So computation will be done first. So x star 10 will be done first. Okay. So what does understand? Try to understand this. X is what is it doing? If x star 10x is less than 100, and then 10x less than 10. So first it will compute it as we know precedence order. First computation will be happen. All the mathematical operator will be happen. Then it will go into comparison. I hope you remember that. Let me show you again if you didn't remember that. Let's see. Yeah, you can see all the comparison operator. Okay, is done after these mathematical operators. plus minus into 10, this error into computer. Okay, so hope you got it now. So x into 10, this will be 50, 100 is smaller than 50, yeah, 50 is greater than 10. Yeah, it's 10 is greater than 5, yeah, so this whole inequality is true, so it will give us true, so same as here, same as here. 5 equal to 5, yes, and it 5 is greater than 4, yes, so it will be true. First 5 is greater than 4, yes, true, and 5 equal to 12, yes, true, so it will be, okay. Okay. So chain comparison are more readable using and using and you can do this. Okay. How what does it mean here? Like let's see. If I then to x is greater than 5 is greater than 10 greater than 15. Or we can write this as well. 5 is greater than 10 and 10 is greater than 15. Right? It's also valid or another way of saying this. We want this both condition to be true. This is just a joint single line of without and doing the same thing. And it's also based on the same way. So that was all about it. Okay. I hope this isn't a big deal. And this isn't a big deal. This is easy. Okay, so how it compared? It compared like check this x is greater than 4 yeah, then it is equal to x is greater than 4 2 yeah. X is this equality is yeah 2, so all will be true, then it will be only true. If one of them is false, it will be considered false. Or the inequality must satisfy, all inequality must satisfy to consider it as true. Okay, so now here we are like on escape character. Okay, so this is a double slash n. Escape character used to insert characters that are illegal in string. Okay, the character which we can't use in string, we use escape character to allow it. Okay? So if I wanted to use double line, so we use space to use double line. Okay, because these characters aren't allowed. This code isn't allowed to use. This code isn't allowed to use within a string. So what we do, we use backslash character, which we also called as escaping character, to define the code here. And same for this here, same for this. Okay, I hope you are getting the point. Okay, so otherwise it will show invalid syntax error if we don't define it. It's like this. Okay. So next, what is here? Let's take this as an example so that you will able to understand it more clearly. Let's say text equal we ask the so-called Viking as here is string is already bounded with quotation and there we want to use another quotation within the string as well. So what will we do? What will it do? It will show the error invalid syntax. So define this or overcome this error or use the character which isn't allowed to use in string. We will define this. So if we do this, then you can see. Okay, so here I did the mistake here. Yeah. Okay. So now what the why my keyboard is lagging? Okay, why my keyboard is lagging? But yeah, I guess it's visible right now. Yeah, it's visible right now. Okay. So what was about the expression the character? Whether to do this, we can use this backslash. I was using forward slash, so that's from where error came. This is backslash, and this is backslash. And now see, there will be there should be no error. So backslash after line continuation character. Unexpected character after line continuation character. Okay. So why it's giving us error? We have to like understand the stuff. There is some issue from compiler side of this program. We have to use a single slash I guess to use the escaping character. We don't need double crack or backslash, only single backslash. Okay, so this table is basically incorrect I guess. Okay, so we and yeah, if I remember, we have to only use single backslash. Okay, this is the basic syntax in which we have to remember, and it is yeah, you have to use single. Okay, only single. Okay, only single character, single backslash before doing it. So just ignore this. Okay, if I can erase it, I will erase it, but there's no. So okay, you can ignore it. What does it do? This will be one double slash will be ignored, one double slash will be ignored, one backslash will be ignored, one backslash will be ignored, one backslash will be ignored. Okay, so this is what happened. Okay, so I hope you got my point. Like if we have to compile it from so if the even the single code we will do the same. Okay, let's see how it is. Now how it's giving the output, right? If I didn't use this code, this will show error. Okay, this backslash, so this will error. So allow the character which isn't allowed to allow the character which isn't allowed. Okay, to allow that to allow the characters which aren't allowed in string such that code etc or double quote forward slash backslash we use backslash before it. So any character just use backslash before it, it will be legal. It will be allowed to use within your string. Okay, I hope you got this. And these are the different types of code. Okay, single quote, you know, this is double quote, you know, this is triple quote, you know. Okay, even this this is used for multi-line comments as well. As I've told, three quote, three double quote, it will be user multi-string or means comment, multi-line comment, or three, and anything you will write within it will be considered as comment. Okay, and also if you use double quote three times, it will also consider as comment. So basically, that's good thing. And this will be multi-line comment, and to define single line comment, we can use hashtag and write it here. So it will be considered as single line comment. That's all about it. And the string, we know there are some string predefined method, built-in methods in Python for string. Okay, so there are some built-in methods for Python in string. Okay, it is called with dot notation, means by using dot here. To use any method of our class or method, you use dot here. Okay, so this is Python. If you want to lower it, you can use the predefined method of built-in method of Python, which is x variable, this variable dot lower. Now the whole string value inside this x value will be in lowercase or small letter. To make it uppercase, just write x dot upper. To convert the first character to uppercase, only the first character. Okay, just to lowercase means I to the uppercase. So we will use capitalize. Okay, and this is here. And for title, each what the title to convert the character of each word to uppercase. Okay, so it will convert for I, it will convert I to capital. For love, it will convert first character of each word, love, L to L, and first character of this word as well, P to convert. So this is done. And if we do swap case, the upper will be converted to lower and lower will be converted to lower. So PY is lower here, it is converted to upper, and TH is upper here, it is converted to lower. So that's the reason. And it is another, this is the method to start to check whether it's lower or not. So if any string is lower, we check is lower, it will set to is lower, it is false for P is here, capital. Here P is capital, so this value will be given as false. Okay, so that's the thing. Is upper also same way, check whether it's upper or not. If any of the value is lowercase or small letter, it will give us false, as it mentioned here. Okay. Each title also, whether it's showing the title rule or not, whether it's all first character of each word is capital or not. If not, then it will be false. Is digit, if all character are digit means number. Okay, integer. So if the all character is number, then it will be this. If alpha, it will this good. Is alnum will is alphabetic is alnum take mixture of alphabet and numbers only, not another thing. Okay. So this is checked by each alnum. So we will demonstrate some example here. Let's say okay. Let's say a equal to Python and now say print a dot is lower. Is all letter of a is lower? Is also no false. Is upper? So is all letter is upper? No false. No false. Not everything. The only is upper. And what I do if there's a digit number, it will give us 4 digit number. Is it alphabet? Or is alpha? True. This is alphabet only. Is it alnum? And no C. True. Why is it alnum? Because everything will be sacrificed to is alnum, whether it is alphabet or number or including both. Okay. Is alnum means alphabet, numbers, or both. Okay, so this will be considered alnum. So alnum means alphabet and numbers, only two things are allowed. Okay, or mixture of two things, nothing else. Okay, in the swap case you have studied. So let's do swap case here. Okay, a dot swap case. And what will happen if I do swap case? The capital will be converted to small and small will be converted to capital, means upper will to lower, lower will to upper. So now see, P was capital converted to small, as well lower case converted to capital case, which has the power of swap case. Each title is also like that. Each okay. So let's take each title. Is this title? Means is the every word of this string has the first character in uppercase, then yes it is title. Yes it is the first character of this is one word only, first character of this word is uppercase, then yes it is. Okay. Each capitalized, let's say each capitalized, there is any function. Okay, wherever is capitalized, yeah, capitalize. Okay. Capitalize. Okay. So there is no function called capital. Lies. There is only each title is function. Okay. But nothing like capital lies. Okay. Yeah, that's why it's not mentioned here. Only each title is mentioned. Okay, good. So let's do another part, which is string searching and replacing of string. Okay, this is the only string thing. This is the only string thing. Okay, so first we are just getting into string and getting understanding more about string. Okay. So let's understand this thing, which was this starts with. Okay. So what does strip do for a string? remove the white spaces by default from both if you didn't mention anything mistake. Or if you mention anything mistake, then it will also erase, like delete, remove that characters from both. L is to fill from left edge and the R is to fill remove from right edge. Okay. And this is the start with, which is S dot to start with. Whether the variable X start with T, yeah, it is so it is T. Ends with M, yeah, it is so T. Count is basically counting the T, okay. How many times T? How many times S is appeared in text. So S is here and S is here, so S is 1, so it will be not test. And X in T, T has which index? Okay, so 0, 1, 2. As I told, start, as I already studied, it starts from 0, 1, 2, so T is 2. Okay. And replace a small s with capital S, small s with dash, etc. etc. Okay, that's all the thing. So let's now demonstrate this whole thing to understand like what this thing is actually replacing. So we're going to demonstrate it strip, right? So let's consider a variable x. Okay, we will store a string here, like x, like y, hello, y. Okay. So now what will strip do? Let's see what will strip do. To get the output of the strip, we are using print as a input function of Python. So x dot strip, and which character we want to remove from end, both end. This is the end starting and ending. So this both is as considering strip removes omits only both end characters. Okay. So if I write y here, so let's see, hold the y which we are in. Start and end got removed, and this doesn't got removed because the strip stop searching when it find a space. Okay, because for strip function the end is this and the end of this side is this. So it only removes end one. So that's the thing. Okay, and even if we like give this and give subtract symbol, then it will also remove that. Even the lots of subtract symbol, it will also remove that because it will remove all and both endings, both end characters which contain this. Okay, so it works on your end sides. Okay, and what happens when you don't mention any argument here? We leave the strip blank. So it removes by default. It removes white space. By default, it removes white spaces. So let's see. Doesn't remove anything. So if I enter lots of white space here, let's see. Now it will remove all white space. So what does it do? It removes white space. Okay. If we don't give any argument inside the strip, we keep it blank. Okay. So before then we can do this strip x, and even now if you print y. Okay. Then see what is y. Y hello y hello. This. There is no space here as well. To confirm this, you can also see the length of y. Yeah, 8 character only. This no spaces. Okay. So what is like L strip and R strip? So L strip and R strip is basically used for if we only want to remove the character from left side of end, then we use L strip, or right side of use we will use L strip. So let me give you an example. Now see, if I want to remove the spaces from this hyphen from the left side, so what I will do, I will write h dot L strip and will write the character which I want to remove. This one, not the strip function only used for end, left hand and right hand, and not between all, not for all characters or between middle characters. To remove those characters, then it only used to remove the left hand or right hand character. So now see, the left hand hyphens are omitted now, isn't visible, it got removed, but the right hand is still there because we have used L strip. So if I use right R strip, then it will do opposite, remove the R and left hand. So that was the basic for strip. Okay, and another thing it starts with, right? So when it starts with, just check whether the code is starting with that, whether the string is starting with that letter or not, or word or text or not. You can see here. It starts with capital P, true. Or you can say starts with pi, it will say true. Okay, yeah, it starts with pi. It starts from seeing the keyboard. It starts with P, yeah. And it's similar to this, it ends with. It starts with a small p, no. This is capital P, so it is false. As it told, the Python is mostly case sensitive. Okay, so x dot ends with a does the same thing as starts with, it looks for ending. Whether the string ends with pi, py, no, it's ending with aon, false. Where is ending with on? Let's see. Yeah, it is. Let's see, true. Whether it's ending with n, why? Because we are using n switch method. It starts with check starting and s switch ending. And count with how many times the character appears there. Okay. Python is great and good and best and the best. Okay. So what I do, if I do count here s dot count, and if I say t here, so how many times the t appears? 4 times. How? One t here, one t here, one t here, one t here. So 4 times. Okay. So I hope you understood that what this count is, to count the thing. Whether if you want to count two characters, so you can also write t. So if I write t, now let's see how many times t is there. 3 times. 1 t, 2 t, 3 t. So that's the beauty of Python. It provides us mostly like inbuilt function for our common tasks. Okay, so that's count and that's index. What index? Index does the position. So if I wanted, as we have already told, the Python do two types of indexing internally. One is position indexing, which is zero, start from zero, and another negative indexing, which is start from -1 from the end of the string. Okay, so if I want to know the index of word p, so it will give first occurring p index. Okay, so what will it give? It will give zero, right? I hope you got it, zero, because it is at the start. And if I give t, then there are too many t's. So which t it will give? It will give first occurring t, 0, 1, 2. Okay, I hope you got it. Yeah, so that's the index method. And what is replace method? It just replaces status. It's same as you do what in Word, MS Word you replace, or in MS Excel you replace it, same like that. So what we do, it will, let's say, use the replace x dot replace t, replace t with capital T. So now if we say it, the all case small t replace with capital T, capital T, capital T. So it is just used there, used for this thing to replacing the characters or even the two or three character word. Okay, et with t, et with capital, et we can do. Okay, t with none. That's it. Okay, there are no ET, so it didn't get removed. Okay, it will not throw any error. It will not get removed. So T is there, so we will get T. That's it. Money, money, money. Zero of T, T, T. It is replaced with money, money, money. Okay, so that's basic thing. But the only key things to remember here is that the first argument will be considered what to replace, and second argument will get replaced with what. Okay, so this I have to replace T with money. That's it. I hope you get this. So that's all about the Python inbuilt methods for strings. Now what is the cipher? Okay. So cipher is basically some kind of like weak encryption techniques, okay, which are most simplest encryption technique, but named after Julius Caesar, who used it to communicate with officers. Okay, okay. So the shift value is the amount which is Caesar cipher is shifted. Okay, so these are the question which is normally asked in quiz one as well. I've seen this question appearing in quiz one. Okay, so like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Okay, so what is I equal to 0? Then alpha I. So this is square bracket means it is doing slashing. It will do slash with 0 thing. So it will be output A. 0 plus 1. Output 1. It will be 1. So output will be 1. 0 plus 2 output C. So it's like that. Okay. So it's basic and racing thing. So what was inside the Caesar cipher? It's like encryption technique, which was developed by Julius Caesar. So what happens here? It happens like we shift our character to something, okay, and the shift is fixed amount, which is called as shift value. Oh, here this I have been Google so that we can understand how to see it. So the encrypting hello with a shift of 3. Okay, how it got encrypted? This is okay, cipher Caesar encryption. Okay, Caesar cipher encryption. So how it got encrypted with shift 3? Let's see. First write down the alphabet which we know, which is A B C D E F from tilde Z. Okay, so H goes to K. How H goes to K? You can say H is here. Okay, and 3 shift to H. 3 shift to H. 1 shift, 2 shift, 3 shift. Okay, till 2 shift it will H will be K, and after that third shift H will be K. Okay, so now instead of writing H, the user will write encrypt H as K. Okay, so see here, H is converted to K. Why? Because shift is 3 constant. E to H, how it E got converted to. It's like demo if we want to say hello, but we are gonna say it say cipher Caesar language encryption way. So what will happen here? Instead of hello, and we encrypting with a shift of 3. We are encrypting our word with shift of 3. Okay, so hello H is converted to K, E is converted to H in same manner. E 1 shift, 2 shift, 3 shift H. So E becomes H, and L become O. Okay, 1 shift, 2 shift, and third shift O. N become O, L become O, and O become R. 1 shift, 2 shift, Q, and third shift R. Okay, so this is the way it got encrypted. So instead of saying hello, user will say oh, H for K, E to A for E, it will be H for L, it will be O, and for L it will be O then R. So people will say cool, and the user who got this message will not understand unless he knows it is a cipher encryption with a shift of 3. Okay, so if you got the 3 code, then how it will decrypt it, we will understand. This was encryption technique. Okay, next we will understand how the user will decrypt it. Okay, then we will get into coding part, how we can show this in coding and make it code. Okay, so it is a symmetric encryption. I will want your focus here, symmetric encryption, because for the whole, even the sender and the receiver both are gonna use the same key or same key values or same logic, which is in same key value, which is 3. Okay, so basically it is 3 key value for encryption as well, for decryption as well. This 3 will be used. So this is symmetric encryption. meaning the same key is used for both encryption and decryption. Okay, and it is a limited key space. We can't shift it more. 26 possible shift is possible only. Okay, this is to note only 26 possible shift is possible, because after that it will again will be shifted to start and again will be rounded up. Right? Because there are only 26 characters of alphabets. So it is making also vulnerable to brute force. Like user can try 1 1 1 1 at each time to make it brute force. If we have our time, then we also understand how can we brute force it. Okay. So I hope you heard. Okay. Now I hope you get it. Now we will dig into the thing like we will get into dig into the thing like how decryption happens and how we will do it in code. So I hope like you have gotten the idea about this Caesar encryption. Okay, which is basically works on safety. So I have given an example of hello to code how it is encrypted using set of 3 and it is symmetric encryption. Okay, now we will focus on code part of this, how we can code it. So before diving it into code part, okay, I want you to understand the mathematics behind it, which is basically this. For encrypting any text, alphabetic text only, alphabetic text, to size a cipher, we basically use this formula. This is encryption formula. So what it does is that here, C is for ciphertext character, okay, which you will get after encryption. Okay, this is C encrypted one. Okay, so the whole alphabetic character will be represented as number here. Okay, from starting A to J. A will be 0th index and J will be 25th index. As you know, our index in Python is not shown. So we can consider here as A is 0 index. Okay, we can see 0 to Z, 0 to 25. Okay, so let's see the formula. So what happened here? First, we want to encrypt, let's say, hello. So we will go one by one. We want to encrypt H. Okay. So the plain text character is PH. So we will use here P. Okay, let me copy this encryption formula here. This mod is just modulus. Let me copy it here so that you can understand it. Okay, yes, this is it. This is basically modulus, which gives us the number. Okay, so P is here plain character to convert hello into cipher encryption. Okay, this is our target. Okay. So we will go one by one, word by one. First, we have to convert hello, right? So we will first go one by one. First, we will see H. Okay, then we will use the H as number and put it in P, because P is here for numerical value of plain character, means decrypted character, not encrypted. The plain character, and K is here for shift, N is here for alphabets, number of alphabet we have. So as we are using the English alphabet, it has 26, right? 20 size of alphabet is 26 for English. So it is 26. Okay, if we are using 20 English alphabet, cipher encryption on English alphabet, so it is 26. And P is here H. And what is the position of H in alphabetic? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 position, right? So P will be equal to 7, right? Yeah, that's nice on that. P will be equal to 7. And K is just a key. Which key we wanna use, which shift, as we have already discussed about shifting shuffle. So which how many shift or what shift we wanna use to encrypt it. So let's see, we want to encrypt it using three shift. Okay. So K equal to 3, P equal to 7. Here we are just encrypting H. H had numeric representation of 7. Okay. You can see here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we are starting from 0 because it's Python. Index starts from 0 for our ease we are doing this. So P equal to 7, it is H is S7 and K S3 and modulus 9 and N, which is 26. So our the final cipher text or encrypted text, which is C, comes as 7. We are putting the value P7 plus K. Okay, in this formula we are putting the value K is 3. We are using 3 as encryption and modulus with 26 as we are using alphabet. Okay, English alphabet. So what will it give? It will give us C equal to, first we will solve bracket 10 percentage 26. So it will give you C equal to 10. 10 divided by 26, the remainder will be 10. Okay. So C became 10 for H. So uh, what is 10 for in alphabet? Let's see what is. So let's see the 10th. Okay, means 10th. And that's what you have to have 10th. So we will start from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 8, 9, 10. So it will be k. So h will be converted to k. Okay, it will be converted to k. So now we got that we have got that h is converted to k after encryption, and in same manner we will do e, which will be later converted h. Okay, as we see here, if it is converted to h, l, and o, and l, o, and o to r, so hello will be converted to cool. Okay, it was basically it's just fitting like that given us value. Okay, so hello will be converted to cool. That's the thing. So instead of writing hello, people will write cool, and the decryption on another side will decrypt it code and will get the hello. So this was encryption formula which we have discussed here, and this is how the encryption is happening with this formula, which is pre-oriented. Now let's discuss this decryption formula. So basically, whether you can take it as formula or as a simple logic. Okay. So as we are entered into case one. So we will take it as formula two. So let's see. Yes, okay. Let's write it here. Okay. So this is the decryption formula. So what will happen here? Now let's see. I have to decrypt the k. I got the k. I want to decrypt it. If anyone got code, then it will decrypt it one by one. First k, h, o, blah, 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 blah. Okay, etc. So first C is for encrypted text, which is k. So what is the index of encrypted text? Is k. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 is there. Okay. And what is for k? Which will be our shift value, which is key here. 3. We have taken the key as 3. So this is the key. And now you can see that in encryption as well, the key we are using was 3. And in decryption as well, we are using key as 3. So this is symmetric encryption. Okay. Symmetric encryption. As the key is both same for encrypt and decrypt. Okay. So now let's go ahead with this and convert k into normal, decrypt the k. So I got the k. So what I will do in formula, first I will put C, which is our index of encrypted text, which we will decrypt one by one. So C is k here. Okay. And what is index of this? It is 10. Okay. Good. And what is k here? K again 3 here. Symmetric key, right? So now let's use this formula and get our value. So P, which will be decrypted value, is C, which is 10 minus K, which is 3 6 percentage n, which is 26 for we are using 26 alphabet. So it's like 26. Right. Now what will happen? Solve it. First we will solve bracket, it will be 10 plus 7, 7 not less 26 squared, minus 7 minus squared, the remainder after dividing 7 by 26 will be 7. That's modulus, right? We have already discussed modulus before. So P equal to 7. So the numerical value of decrypted text, what was this process for? To decrypt k. Okay. So the numerical value by decrypted text was 7. So what 7 correspond to? Let's see. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, h. So it converted to h. Okay, page plain text. Plain text is h, right? Don't confuse that p and c are variables, and also all the data itself is a notation used for plain text numerical value, shift value, and c for encrypted text numerical value means index value. So it's become p equal to 7. That is stated as that k is equal to converted decrypted to h. So now you can see how we converted k h to k encrypted and how we decrypted vice versa k to h, right? So this is the basic encryption decryption technique, which is, and I hope you got the sense behind it, like what's happening here. Okay. So let's get into the another thing, which is code part. So let's say the code part which is generally given in our quiz one, which is this. Okay. And this is encryption. So we will first understand this code part. Okay. So let's see what this happening is defining a function. We will understand it as defining a function. Then it's calling char int. Okay. It's char dot upper. So this is like we will understand after we will get to know about for and if and else and function thing. Okay. So as for now, you got the logical understanding of how this encryption of the cipher works, right? So that is enough for now. After learning for and function, we will get back into this hard-coded code of for encryption. Okay. So now let's deep dive into our conditional statement, okay, which is another key point in Python. So the syntax is if expression and a statement. First we have to write expression, which condition we want to check in if okay. And if the condition satisfies, what will happen. So this will be there in the statement. Okay. I hope you got it. So we will see if, we will say if else, we will see if else, okay, and we will see if with logical operator and nested if. Okay, so those are the shorthand equals. So let's see one by one. Okay. So if basically started if, which checks the condition if it's true or not. And first we write expression here on which the condition is to be checked. Okay. So if I want to check like a equal to 5. So if I want to check whether a equal to 5, so if a equal to 5. So to comparison operator to check it, b is double equal to, we have already discussed it. Double equal to is used for, double equal to is used for comparison, single for assigning the value. Okay. So it is like get if a equal to 5, then if this condition true, then this will go inside block, as we have already discussed is indentation and block here. So this statement, if this statement fall true or comes true, then this next line execution will be executed, then, and if not, it will not be executed. So if a equal to 5, then just a is equal to 5. Okay. So what he's doing, if a is coming to equal to 5, is comparing a with 5, and say if the condition uh, gives true, comes true, then the next code inside this block will get executed, which is print yes, a is equal to 5. So let's see whether a is equal to 5 or not. Yes, a is equal to 5. Okay, and if I write if a equal to 6, then print a equal to yes, a is equal to 5, then it will not get printed, it will not get executed, for this condition failed. As soon as this condition failed, the code will skip the all underline or indentation or block inside this if. Okay, so it will ignore all this. You can see this if condition. It will check first if it comes true, then it will go inside and come to this line 4, and if it didn't come true, then it will ignore the whole indented block inside this and go to next block. Okay, so block is defined as indentation. Okay, so it will block this and will go to this line. This line. Let's see. Here a equal to 5, 6, so it's not executed, so it skipped it and then go into next line, which is outside of this if block. Okay, this if section. What this if section contain? This and this. Now see, if let's say we have to use like more the function that if a equal to 5, then we print yes it's equal to a equal to 5, and we want also to apply like we also wanted to print a is not equal to 5 when it's not really equal to 5. So to do that, what will we do? We will basically do else statement. Else says if this doesn't run, if the if statement doesn't run, then else statement will surely run. Okay, and if either one of these statement runs, either if or else. Okay, in whole if elif and else block, either one of the statements run. Okay, so if a equal to 5, then print yes a equal to 5, and if it's not equal to 5, then it will come to yes else. If this will not be there, then it will go searching, then it will execute whatever in else. Okay. If condition doesn't come true, then Python run execute whatever will be inside else. So print it's not equal to 5. So currently age over equal to 5. So yes, it will be better. And as soon as I change the a to 6, Python will check here, is a equal to 5? No. So it will ignore the if block, search for next else block, and an else block or elif block, which we will later study what will go. Block, so it will search for else block and say yes, it's not equal to 5. Okay. If a is not equal to 5, let's do else. So let's see, we can say it's printed yes, it's not equal to 5, means it's not equal to 5. Because it searched in if whether it's certified, no, it's not certified. So if block will not be executed, then else block will be executed. Either one of this block will be executed, not both at all. Okay. And another person come and the percentage, but I want to check another condition as well. What? I want to check whether the number is greater than 5 or less than 5. So what it does now, the elif comes into the elif. A will be a is greater than 5. We will always use this column in if, elif, and else. Okay, then we will press enter to go inside that block. F block. Okay. Print if a is greater than 5, so a is greater than 5, print it's greater than 5. So now what will happen? Either in this among these three, either only one will be executed, only one will be executed. Either this block will be executed or this or this. So let's see, if a is 6, what will execute? It's greater than 5. Okay. And if a is 4, so let's predict what will be executed. If a equal to 5, no. This condition for a equal to 5 not be executed. So the next condition, it will be a greater than 5. Is it greater than 5? No, it's not. So it's not will be executed. And now check if nothing executed, then obviously else will be executed. Because at least, okay, this will be executed. So what is this? Print is not equal to 5. So let's see whether it's giving us print is not equal to 1. Correct. Why? Because this statement checked, not executed. This statement checked, is not greater than 5 is 4. So obviously it's not greater than 5. So this also not executed, then else will be executed, this is not equal to 5. But here the another user come and say why we are giving it as not equal to 5. As we know, if this condition will not satisfy, then it's not equal to 5, and this condition is not satisfied, then it's greater than equal to 5. So the only, yeah, and if else is running, that means the only left part is it is less than 5. Okay. So the person says, yeah, that's great. If I enter less than 5, then these two will not be executed, but this will be executed, and this will be only executed for less than 5. Because for equal to 5, this will be executed, for greater than 5, this will be executed. Let's see. Yeah, go, yeah, it is less than 5. That's good. And if we enter equal to 7, then it is greater than 5. Right? If a equal to 5, then it is greater than, yeah, it is equal to 5. So I hope you got the idea how it's working. Then later it will come with practice. You keep practicing. Go to ChatGPT and give me if else question 10 questions for practice. So it will be good. So use these things. Okay. I hope as understanding this is what you should have to know, and you got that. So let's we converted if else, we did if else, and we can also add logical operators with each. Okay, so that's a basically depend on us. Like we can use or, okay. So instead of 5, we can go if a equal to 5 or a equal to 6. Print just a is equal to 5 or 6. So what will happen? See, just a is equal to 5 or 6 is given, a is equal to 5 or 6 is given to you. So why it's given? Because our a is 5. Whether if I run a equal to 6, will it be executed? Let's see. Yeah, it must be executed because we have used logical operator here. So what does our logical operator do? It checks one of the statements. If any one of the statement got correct, so it will fall in category of true or correct, and then if this code will be executed. So equal to 6, yeah, right? This code got get executed, and this sentence got filled. So that's the thing using logical operator in if else block, right? Using logical operator in if else block. So now we are gonna focus into next if statement. Okay. So let's talk about next if a equal to 5. Now just if a equal to 5. We can create a good thing here. Let's do it. So we have already understand and got the meaning of input built-in function in Python. Okay. So before that, I will let you just understand this, which is shorthand research. Okay. So what happened? A equal to 5. So again, this is basically one line if else block. Okay. We can write if else block in one line. So it's like on true if expression, else on false. Okay. So let's see what is the just is equal to 5. If a equal to 5, let's say we are writing the same sentence, but the organ way of expressing it is very different, right? Else, print not 5. So now what it's doing, it will print this block if it goes to, and then if not goes to, then it will be going to S block and execute whatever inside the same concept like before. Okay, I guess I did the mistake. Okay, I shouldn't use this. This is our people. Yeah, just is equal to 5. And if I write 7, not equal to, right? So what it's doing is doing the same work as this, right? This it is doing the same work as, but see the is here. It is written only in one line, right? So that's called shorthand if else. So that's the thing, right? The whole this chunk of code can be written into this one code with the help of shorthand if else. Okay, so that's the thing. That's great. Now we have left with only one thing, which is shorthand. Means like nested if else. Okay. So what does nested if else means? To check two conditions. Okay. So if you want to check like if a is greater than 5, then this will be true, then the Python will go inside this block, right? And I've already discussed it. Python get inside the block, and Python again see if a is greater than 6, then Python says, yeah, it is. So Python again got inside it. So if a equal to 7, print a is 7. And if it's not equal to 7, print a is not 7, but greater than 6. Why this happening? Because the else if else block which here will only run if this condition satisfied. And if this condition satisfied, then Python will get inside it, as I've already told. Okay, why it will read then these 4 lines only if this condition is satisfied. So even if hit the else block, it is inside this if. this condition satisfied, that's why it gets inside it. So it's obviously greater than 6, that's why this condition satisfied. So even for else, we can conclude that this the number is greater than 6, but it's not 7, or it's not making it this 2. Thus the regenerate block is executed. Okay. So let's see. A is 7, and if I write A is 8, now see. A is not 7, but greater than 6, right? I hope you got that wow. So pattern only get inside that block if that this if condition came true. So that was the basic thing about if else thing. Okay. And there are many libraries as well in Python which helps in our daily tasks and basic thing. Like if I want to, if let's say math, if this compiler online compiler allow it or not. Okay, m dot square root 54. So there are different methods for all libraries. Okay, you can Google it and know like what library, which method is for what library. So okay, so we have math and there's 64. So I guess it's printed. You can store it away and later print it. We will see. Yeah, it is stored here. See, and to know all about like what are the methods of this library or this library, you can basically go into Google and search methods of math library in Python. So as we have strings method, the strings in built function which starts with ends with each of our each block. I hope you remember that. So it's same like that. It's just math. We have to import it first. Called its library. Python provides us library so that we can use the predefined. It's like extension in Chrome. Okay. So we use import it like this and can use in our code. It's all method we can use in our code. So let's see. You can see here how many methods are there. Math.py is also there. So let's try it. Math.py. Is it literally there? Is it literally value of pi? And if this to how much distance? Let's see. This was literally a pi value, I guess. Okay. And if I wanted to know like to how much like how much decimal value is there. Okay. So what we can do to know the decimal value? What we can do? Predict. So we can do one thing. We can convert it to string and find its length. Then subtract 2 from length. Okay. For point and 3. And this will be our length and which will be our number up to how much decimal it is. Okay. So let's try what I'm trying to say. We will say a equal to str a, right? Converted to string. Now we print a. Now see how it is getting printed. It is getting printed as text string. Okay. And let's say we want length of this string. Let's say 70. So we will this whole is 70, and we will subtract the 2 for these two characters. So it will be 15. So the total is going up to 15 decimal. I hope you get this. Okay. So this is what I wanted to tell you. That's how the things work. Okay, so yeah, its length will not work on float terms. So the length doesn't work in float terms, the float type, so nothing to worry about. Okay, and let's predict what will happen. Good. Again, it will show error because it also don't work on float time. Basically, length works on iterables only. Okay, iterables means which can get created. It's like a string, tuple, dictionary. So length generally work on those things. Okay. So these are the method and things as we have already discussed how we are using it by importing it. It's like extension of Chrome. Okay. Another is random, which will give us random value. Okay. So if I do random, it gives us random value, random code, and we want to define which random integer we want between which value, increasing y. Okay. So we define it 1 to 100. So it will give one random number to us. So yeah, we have to print it to see its output. So see, and each time we will run, we will get a different kind of number, random number. So that's the beauty of library in Python. We can use ahead of our limitation. Okay. So there are another calendar library as well, which will tell the month, which will display entire year. So let's say if this compiler support this calendar library. Calendar, okay. Calendar dot calendar. Let's see. Is it working? No module in calendar. So this compiler doesn't have calendar as a module. So there's nothing to worry. I guess we have. Oh, we missed the calendar. So let's see. Yeah, see this get printed. This is the beauty of library. Got it? So if you want to just define the March, we can define like 2026 and March. So this will be displayed the March. Yes, sorry, this will be defined with display the year. It's calendar.window, so it's displayed the year. Whole 2026 year. Okay. So we, if you want to display only a specific month, we can use the method month. So we can use month and give second argument as month as number which is March. So this is the only month March is 20. Today is 7 Saturday. So that's the thing. Okay. So these are the beauty of library, and these are the summary which I will say on description. And next, the 2 weeks are finished now. We are got into it. We will also do questions. Don't worry. The main purpose is that instead of practicing the questions for every week or everything, okay, which we can do as well. Okay, you can refer to the end of the video where we will discuss questions for all 4 week combined, which will basically test the retention memory as well, whether we are able to retain the whole 4 week at once or not. Because solving the question after each week and each topic is like we are not testing retention, we are just testing what we have just studied. To see to test our consistency of logic and memory and understanding, we have to like I've decided to like discuss the questions regarding our concept we have studied and related to quiz one after all the practicals and theory. Okay, so let's dive into like week 3. Okay, so let's start our week 3 lecture. So in this lecture we will like to study the formatting thing, loops and control flows. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so first we will get to know about the print function. Okay, we have already familiar with print function. Okay, what it does. Okay, so there are two another parameters of print function, which is set and end. We can use this to display the characters in unique way. Okay, so let me give you examples. So for demonstration is the best way for this one. So let's say date 15 here, month is 8 here, year is 2024 here, right? And now we are printing like normal print date, day, month, year. So we are using comma, so each will be printed with a space like 15, 8, 24, 25, right? Let's see how it will be printed. It will be printed like date, then 15, 15 as day, then month as 8 and 24, right? So this is the only thing. And if we use separator, if we want that, we want to display day and month, but not with the space here, which by default is a space if you don't give any argument in separator set parameter. Okay, so we want it as slash forward slash. Okay, so how we will do that? We will just use SEP set here. Okay, so we are printing the same thing here, but here we are using another argument which is set. What it will do? It will just print the value of date, but for day to month it will use set. It will use this, not the space. Okay, so let's see whether it's working or not. Yeah, it is. Let's see, it is working at 58, 24. So for every comma, it will replace with space, means slash. Okay, here as well, here as well, here as well. Got it? Got it. And another thing, this was it for shape. I hope you got it. And another thing, like either we can choose anything instead of this, you can use hyphen as well. So it will separate it with hyphen. Okay, it's running. I think my network is here. Yeah, we got the result. So it's like 58 hyphen hyphen. So for every spaces used, every comma used here, it is replacing it with that hyphen. Great. Now let's see another parameter which is used in print, which is end. Okay, so what does end do? Because after each print, if we use that print function, okay, 2 times, so by default what happens if I use next? Okay, let's forget about the end now, forget this part. Now let's print date name. So what will happen is first it will print date, then in another line it will print next, but we want that the next print statement, okay, doesn't execute in another line. We want it to execute same in this line. So what we use end parameter. We say end. So by default end with a new line character. Okay, that's why we are getting next here. But if we give parameter end and mention it like I want it to with a space or like and, then what will happen after that? If any other print function is used, it will not print in new line. It will get printed in same line with and. Let's see what's result here. Okay, so end. Instead of and, we could have said space. So now it will be printed with a space. Okay, so that's how it works. Okay, so date and next and all thing. If we don't if we want that it doesn't print with any space or anything else. Okay, forget this t. This is by tab. Okay, that's why we are getting a bit different. So if I want it just print adjacent to it without any space or something, so we just give this empty string with no space. So what will happen here? Let's see. It got printed together. So that's the power of end. Okay, I hope you get the end power. Okay, and I hope you understood that SEP thing. It was to separate the comma stuff. So what will predict this statement? What will this statement will print? It's basically date here, and it will end it with a space. So first date will be printed, then a space will be there, only one space will be there, and then next will be printed. Okay, so instead of that, if I print day month here, so what will happen here? No, date will be printed with a space will be there. It will not be printed in new line. Stay on same line, right? We have already demonstrated this. And then the day month here will be printed with the separation of this high slash forward slash. So it will be day 15 slash 8 slash 2024 right after date with a space. Let's see. Correct. You got that? Date is here, space is here due to this. And this end parameter doesn't let it start with a new line. So next print will be start from the same line, which is this line. And then this separator is forcing these to uh, separate with forward slash. So that's all. Yeah, right. So that was for separation, and for this end we already studied, and we are here for formatting thing. Okay, so we will study how the formatting works. Okay, first thing is we will study to join the string manually. Okay, and then we will study the formatting method of strings. Okay. So we already know the concatenation of string, right? Either we can do it with plus, or we can do it with a score. So score is number here. So it will throw error that we can't add string with number. To avoid that error, what we did here, we just typecasted the int or integer or score to string by using str. So now the whole for our string and it can be added and concatenated. So the output will be like this. Okay. And here is the main part, which is f string, which is generally important thing. Mainly asked for quiz one. It is asked differently in quiz one, and it is one of the key topic which surely will come in quiz one. So or indirect or indirect way. Okay. So method to f string. What is happening here? Let's say we have person Bob. We have score 95. So we want that in our string we take variables value which is defined. So what we do here? Let me copy this so that like you can understand it more clearly. So what we are doing here? Here is person. This f is helping to choose the variable which is in braces. If you use this braces curly bracket, okay. So the whatever inside curly bracket will be considered as variable in Python only if f is used like this, and this is a string with quote, okay. And if you must have f at the start, okay. Then only this anything inside the curly bracket will be considered a variable, and the Python will search in ever memory stack whether this person Bob variable is there or not, and if it's there, it will replace it with its value, and if it's there, it will replace it with the score value, okay. You can see here. Let's see, my name is Bob. Person in Python, what the Python did? Search Bob and replace the score with 95. And what happened here? F must be there, okay. Without f, if I do this, you can see it will be considered a string only. Oh, this is a string, it's considered as a string. But if as soon I add f, the context or text inside of the curly bracket will not be considered a string. It will be considered as variable, and Python will look into it. So let's see, we can see it here, right? And next we will jump to okay. Okay. So next, this was the one way of formatting. Okay, we can also use operations in formatting. Okay, any execution can also be in there because anything inside, anything inside this, anything inside this curly bracket will be executed and evaluated first by Python. So it's working. It's like Python will execute over even if you did x plus y, Python will evaluate it first, then replace it with 13. 8 plus 5, 13. So it's like that for product for power, and the whole will be printed like this. So that's the thing. Okay, that's the f thing. And we can alternative method of f is dot format as well. Okay, so in same manner we doing f, we can do in dot format as well. The only difference is in dot format we don't need to define variable name or evaluation thing inside the curly bracket. We can define in later after adding dot format. We are writing string here, left the blanks with curly bracket where we need to replace the variables, and dot format we said for first basis it will be person, for second argument it will be this basis, so it goes consecutively. Okay, okay, concurrently with it. So person will be this and so will be this. If there will be another variable, okay, then if there is another variable, then that will be that. Okay, so let's demonstrate it as well for our understanding. Let's see here. So what is happening here? Dot format is there, person is Bob here, okay, and the score is 95 here. So this bracket must replace with Bob, and this must be 95. And I want you all to predict what will happen if I give another bracket, and but we have only two arguments here in format. It must have one more argument to replace it. So what will happen? That will give error. What position argument error? Because we have given only two variables in format, but the Python look we need three, 1, 2, 3. So it gives us error index out of range. Okay. So that's why dot format, which is basically alternative method of f. Okay. Position and name argument in dot format. Okay. 0 refer to first argument, 1 to second. We have already said. Okay. So we can, what we can do, we can either switch or define the position according to us as well. Okay, so what this means is that, let's say we defined here like person is 4, but we you want person to not appear at first, to appear this as second basis. So what you can do, you can do at basis, we will take first zeroth argument, which is first one. This is zeroth, this is 1 2. So you put 0 inside this basis, so the score will not by default, which we are taking the second argument, it will take the first argument or zeroth argument, and this will take the first argument. So let's see. Good. My name is 95. Okay. And what will happen if we don't mention anything? It will give us error. Okay. So it can't switch automatically feed number to manual feeder specification. Here we are giving manual, and here we are expecting it to manual. Python can't do this. It can't do this switch. So it will throw us error. So this is what I hope you get it as well. Okay. So now, now we have to just all the style C style formatting, which is obviously in C language as well. But here we will see with respect to Python. Okay. So there is per percentage, percentage D, and all specifier. So let's. So here is percentages, which is for the string, percentage D for integer, and percentage F for float, which is by default 6 decimal place. Okay. Percentage for scientific notation, percentage for hexadecimal. We will look each of this line by line. Okay. So see here, as we can see here, my name is percentage S and I score percentage D marks. Okay. Bob by 95, and then it fill percentage with Bob by 95. It's kind of similar to pass argument like format, like 95 and Bob, 95 and Bob, and instead of format here we are using percentage. So Bob by 95. Okay. So float precision with percentage S. So I hope you got this. Percentage S we have used because we have to replace this with a string which is Bob. Okay. So let me give you an example here. Is there okay? Now, if I want you to predict this, that if I write 55 here, so what will happen? Okay, the same error which was given at the time of format when we are giving it the mode value, that there are placeholders. Okay, so there are only 2 placeholders, but we are giving it 3 values, so it will give us error. And the next question you can ask is that what will happen if instead of this string I pass integer here as well? Okay, so that's also the question. So let's see. So what do you expect is what you take percentage D. Okay, 95 got there, and it is stored as a string. 55 is better stored as a string. But if it is D for integers value, so if I change it with like a string, then do you think it will run execute? No, it will not run. It will not execute. Why? Because the string number can be represented as a string like this, but the string can never be number represented as number. Correct? String. Okay. So that's the thing. Again, we are getting the error. We can't execute string here. Okay. So this is the person how this Python takes percentages and percentage D. Okay. So the one this placeholder 55 will be goes to for this, and for this percentage D will be go for percentage D. Okay. So as I've told, percentage D for integer, even if I'm giving the decimal here, it will show integer. Okay. So it is rounding up or flooring it or doing floor here. If I put 76.8, what do you expect? It is still 56. So it's just floor. It's doing floor internally, right? It's not rounding up. It's a key point to see. More you will research here, more you will know. So it's what it is doing. It is floor it. Okay. It is taking only integer part. It's not rounding up to and giving the percent. So that's the thing. If I do 57 here, and if I type 57.0.005, it will give us 57. Even I type like 57.9995, it will give us 57. So what it does, it will ignore the decimal part and only show decimal integer part. Okay. So this is what percentages and percentage is. Okay. So now say if we want pi to appear as a float. Okay. So what we will do to appear pi as a float or to display the float value. Okay, print the float value. As I told, we have given float value here, but still it didn't get printed. It just printed the integer part. Okay, so to print the float value, what we do, we use f percentage f. What percentage f to do? Percentage f by default print till the up to 6 decimals. So 1, 2, 3, 4 decimals is here. So it's adding 2 more 0 to make it 6 decimal. By default, it will have a print to 6 decimal percentage f, correct? And even we can use our example that we have already studied, import math, then math dot pi. Okay. So let's pi equal to math dot pi. So print, and let's take this. Okay. So here what we will do, here we want percentage f, and here we want percentage s. Okay. So now we're doing percentage. Okay. Percentage abhi, and for float if we are doing pi, let's see what happens. Oh, we're getting error because this is the region of error. Oh no, I'm forgetting the index. It must be pi and Avi, which Avi must be a name. It must be as a string. Okay, then it will not say, okay, my name is Avi, and let's go 3.1415 meter. You can see it is exactly taking 6 decimal value, even the value which is stored in pi is more than up to 6 decimals. Okay, you can say it is up to, I guess, 11 to 18, 11 decimals, but it only given up to 6 decimals. That's percentage f by default feature. Okay, and then we move to percentage e, scientific notation. So how can we print the percentage e thing? Okay, there another more thing which is here. How can we restrict to show it exact number of decimal places as we want? Okay, so how we can do this? We will study it later as well, but we can take a glimpse of this now as well. So let's understand it. Okay, so what we can do? We can define up to one decimal by giving point and write 2. So what will happen here? It will give up to only 2 decimals, right? And if you want point 12, so it will give up to 12 decimals. Okay, 11, so it will give up to 11 decimals. I hope you are understanding this. Okay, how it's working. So here what we're doing, percentage of f by default give up to 5 decimals, but if we want to show it as much decimal places as we want, we will use point here, dot here. Okay, percentage dot 11, so it will show up to 11 decimals. You can count 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 decimals. If I restrict it to 1, it will show up to 1 decimal. And the question I want you to like solve or predict, what will you print if I give 0 here? So right, it will not show any error. It look like it might show any error, but it will not show any error. It will work as percentage d there. Okay, so that's the thing. And another thing is the evolution, like mathematical operation work here. Let's see if the mathematical operation works here. So I want you to predict this as well. So predict, yeah, it works. Okay. So anything before putting it to value pattern, what it does first, it evaluate it, then it put the final value to it, whether it's percentage passing through percentage or dot format. Okay, which we have studied. Okay, so those were percentage of characteristics, and in the same manner there is percentage e and as well. Okay. So now take the example of percentage e, if whether we can predict it or not. Let's see. Yeah, we can predict it. It is now showing in not scientific notation manner. Here e refers to 10, 10 to power 0. Okay. So to show it in scientific notation, we can do it here like this, and to show it is an integer, we will do percentage d. Okay. So the thing is that that's how it works. So the question is that can we store it, like can we use it as an object reference? Can we, the question I want you to solve or understand or predict the answer? Okay. If I do this, let's do percentage pi. Okay, percentage p, percentage pi, and we do store it like this. So what do you think? Whether the alphabet, whether the pi, the value will be stored as this scientific notation or throw an error, what will be here? Say. So let's see whether you guessed it correct or not. Yeah, you're correct. Whether in this manner this will work. Okay, this is working. And what do you think? What will be type of S? It will be scientific notation or what? I don't know. My computer is lagging. Yeah, it's okay. It is string. Okay, it is what? It is string. Because after the conversion we did, it will come to as a string. Okay, there is no class name like scientific notation. So there it is. It is converted as a scientific notation. So here we can just to convert our integer into scientific notation and to and float. Vice versa, we can do these techniques. We can use this technique. Okay, either we have S as a scientific notation. So what we will do first, we will go to S. First we will percentage. We want as float. We will do percentage F. Let's say we want 3 digits, so we will do percentage point dot 3F, and then again percentage, and we will pass the value of S. So now you predict. Okay, must be real number, not string. Okay, that's good. The S is passed here, which is gonna convert into float. It must be a integer value. Okay, it shouldn't be an string value, so that it can convert it to float. It must be an int. Okay, integer value. So this is was for pi. Okay, and this is to convert it to float, which it must be here like string, not a means it must be a number, not a string value. Okay, so what do you think? Is there any other way? I guess we are going off topic, but it's okay. More we will discuss, more we will be clear with that stuff. So what do you think? Is there any way so that we can convert this to string using these techniques only? You must have to use this percentage pi formatting technique. Okay, to convert the scientific notation into a float value. Okay, to convert the scientific notation into float value. So what do you think? Will it work or not? I am doing. I am doing this now. I guess I did it. Okay, so yes, you can do it by typecasting into float s. It will convert the scientific notation to this. Even if we don't write the whole stuff of this dot techniques or something which is for display, we can still get the value as a float. Okay? So that's the beauty of float. That's the beauty of this. But if you want to convert it as scientific notation, we can do this as well. Okay, so see, this is scientific notation. So hope we understood this. Okay, now let's get ahead. So there is another term width. Okay, another term width here. Width is referred as total values include the decimal points and digits before it. Okay, extra space is left padded. Okay, extra space is left padded here. So we will understand this later. First, see here what's happening here. Num is int input. It is taking an input, converting it as int, then going to range 1 to 11. Okay, but it will only able to go to 1 to 10 as it's using range. We we haven't like familiar with for loop now, so we will not see this right now. Okay, so okay, go ahead of this. Okay, now we are here. Inside an existing placeholder, a colon introduces a format specification. Okay, so the colon we use specifically gives us format. Okay, format specification. Here we were using what? Here we were, if you see our this thing, here we are not using any colon. We are just giving it a dot because we have already passed it in percentage. But if we don't want to pass it in argument, we can give it the value here. In f tag, it is basically for f. Okay, it was for percentage. Okay, it was for f that if we want to give also a decimal in a specific manner as we want, we will use this technique. Okay, first value, then the fill, then align, then width, then precision, which we already discussed, like how many decimal places we want, means how many digits after point, how many digits after decimal. So type. Okay, just want this pattern, and fill used to define the character which you want to give as a pad. Okay, so we will discuss it one by one. Align what you used to give it with how you want to align it. Okay, left or right. This is for left. Okay, because this is if mouse is open to our right and it is left, and this is called right. Okay, and this is called center. For string, it is default, which is left. We will discuss it, what's happening here and what's not. So let's take this example for now. Let's take a value. Okay, now we are discussing about f. So let's take f is equal to f, and let's take s here as value. Okay, this is value, then colon, then the how we want to display this value. Okay, after colon we will define this. What are the parameters we can use? Fill, align, with, precision, type. Okay, fill. So in fill I use 0. I want to fill it with 0. You will understand what's happening here. And for align, I'm leaving it. I'm not using any of this. We can use any number of n number of parameters here. Okay, and width. Okay, it's a minimum total number of characters. Okay, so for width we are taking, let's take, we are taking 6. Okay, for width we are taking 6. For precision, like how many after decimal, we are taking 3. Okay, we are doing it with pi value. Okay, we are doing it with pi value. Is less alias s with pi, means s equal to pi. Now it will be okay, s equal to pi. Or we don't need to do this. We can write pi here. Okay, as we know, the pi of math pi gives this value. So we are modifying this value to show in a specific manner, display in a specific manner as we want. So formatting pi and 0.0 is padding here 6 each with here dot 3 each places after decimal. Okay, and type is what type you want to display it as. Okay, we want float type, so we will do float. And let's see what is so here. Okay, oh sorry, we shouldn't do like basis. We have to include the file. We have given colon here. Before colon, okay, we need to define the inside the braces. We can't do string here. Okay, so what we can do, I don't, let's see whether this will work or not. I want you to predict this first. It worked. Okay, because value is here and this is here. This must be in braces. The whole formatting must be in braces. Okay, so let's take one by one. 0 is padded. There's the way total characters we want is 5 6. Is it there? 1 2 3 4 5 6. Decimal is also included as character. So total character we want 6. So it is 6 here. Yeah, 2 to 6. Decimal places we want 3 dot 2. It is 3. Yeah, after decimal it is 3. So decimal place also 3. We want 0 padding. So there is 3 decimal places and we want 6 character. So to make it 6 character, the 0 is padded at left. Okay, we can see. So if we do it 8, then 0 will be added here to make it 8. Okay, so this is how it's working. And another thing, I want you to guess right what will happen if I do D here. Predict. Good. It will show us error code. The formatting we have given is a float kind of formatting. We are saying it to give us three decimal places are three decimal places, and we are then saying it's integer. Then it's contradicting itself, so we are getting the error of for unknown format code. Okay. So I hope you get it. And let me make you familiar with this term align as well. So what align doing here? Let's see. If I use left sign here, if I use let's say this sign here. Okay. So what will happen? Let's see. The whole padding is shifted to 0. At start, the padded were at start. Okay. And after using this left parameter, the whole 0 is shifted to right. Okay. I guess this is correct. It's for left, it's for right, it's for center. Okay. Let us confirm whether it's right or not. It's always okay to do Google, right? To understand part, not doing practice part. So yeah, we are correct. The notes is correct, which I made. I was verifying my note, which is left align, which is default for strings, and which is right align, which is center align. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Hope we got this. So the happening same here, which is this left align. So the whole 0 will be shifted to right side, and our main data will be left. Alignment of data will be left. If I give here right shift, then alignment of our data will be at right. Alignment. If I give center, then equally distributed 0 will be there as much as there. Okay. So that was the formatting. I hope you get this. What was here? It was for padding, it was for alignment, it was for how many characters you want, including decimals as well. It counted in this, and this dot 3 precision, how many decimal places you want after decimal. Okay. So we want 3, so it's 3. 0 after decimal is of no value, so it is counted 3. And what is data type you are expecting is flow. Then correct everything correct. So this is clear to us. Okay. Now we can do this with string as well. We have done this example with integer. We can float. We can do it with string as well in same manner or same manner. Okay. And we have already studied this escaping character thing, so not to worry. So let's little examples for space string as well. Okay. By default, string is if none of the alignment is given. Default for string is left alignment. Okay. So for string, it is like s equal to a bhi. So for string, we can see that this is value, and what we are doing, we are padding it with hyphen. This is center alignment, and this is total character, which is 8, and this is which our data type, which is s. Okay. Ball. Okay. Now we will understand the loop thing. Okay. So we'll understand for loop, nested for loop, and go. So let's look through it. Okay. So let's see. For so what's for loop? For loop is basically if we define for. Okay. For I have something which is used for iterating. Okay, looking over the things. Okay. So for example, if our text is s equal to a b, and if I do for I in s, so what will it do? It will iterate over s. So at first iteration I will be a, I will point to a, and at second iteration I will point to b, and third iteration I will point to h, and fourth iteration I will point to I. So for I in s, okay. Now I have given indentation here to ensure that this is will be done within this block, this fourth block. Okay? So for I in s, print I. Okay. So what's happening here? What will it do? It will print a, b, h, I. Okay. Now what's happening here? The I first pointed to a, then it got print, then again it goes back to for loop. Now it says the I pointed to b, then it goes to next line. It's the block of 4. Then execute it, then it goes back to h, and it does it unless it iterate over whole chunks of s. Okay. Till I. Okay. Now the first key point to note here is that, which we will note, first key point is that, which basically will help you in this one, that the for block or while for block or for loop doesn't create its own new scope. Okay. So what does it mean? That means you can access the I outside the block as well. You can access the I here as well. If you so print I, then the last value of I can be accessed there, because I is still there pointing toward the I at the end. Okay. So no, see, I and then another I. What is this? This is I have accessed the I outside of the block. Okay. You can see this is indentation, this is inside for block, and this is outside for block. So we are able to access it even outside of the block. So that's the key point. Means the last value which is iterated over can be accessed, and that means for block doesn't create its own new scope. Okay, so it's just to reference it, so you can access it from outside as well. So the variable assigned here will be available as a global scope to use. Okay, means I specifically, because I'm talking about for block. So what happens next? That what does I mean? Now we will understand the second key point, which is using keys for. What does I really mean? So what is I? I is basically difference. It refers to A, B, H, and I. Okay, so A is stored somewhere, B is stored somewhere, H is stored somewhere, I is stored somewhere, and this all reference is stored somewhere. So this is how memory got get stored. Okay, so if I do for I in S, okay, so what happens? First it refers to A, then B, then H, then I. So if I try to change the I equal to I plus I equal to I dot replace A comma n. Okay, so to replace A with n, we have already studied this replace method of system. A with n, okay, and store it back as n. So now I is obviously one string which is A. So if it replace, then H will become A will become n, and this will run. Okay, and then it will store as n. And if it's not, if it doesn't contain A, then it will not store. So what will happen here if I try to access? Let's say my question is, if I print as, will it be ABHI or NBHI? So first go one by one. The A will be replaced with n at first iteration, and it will again assign to I. And this I dot replace function, is it first you have to understand this? Is it like in place modification or not? Okay. So if you know like this is in place modification or not, you can guess this. Let me show you this. Print S. Okay. Let me first show you what it does, whether it's in place modification or not. So what do you expecting here? Sorry, I'm trying to place on one character. So A with n. So what you expect here? In place modification? No, it's not a in place modification. Now you can see it's just modifying it in that way. Now it got in place modification, correct? So now come back to our code, which was this. Okay, I dot replace A comma n. So here, as it's not an in place modification, but we are reassigning it as I. So should it change A to n? The answer is, oh sorry, we didn't use code here for as we want to replace the string characters. So the output is no. Why not? Because the S which is used here is present here. But if you are replacing it here, replacing the I here, okay, this I will be replaced and the string will be changed. So if the string got changed, then the string will be in new object. This is mutable. Okay, this is immutable. String is immutable. So for immutable data types, you can't do in place modification. Okay, I can show you mutable and immutable data types in Python so that you can take the example. Okay, so you can see as immutable we have numbers, we have strings, we have tuples which is start with a small bracket. Okay, here it is list which is mutable data types. Dictionary is mutable, sets is mutable. Okay, so for immutable you can't change in place, but for mutable we can change in place. Okay, so that's what it does. So what does it I do? I just alias it or get the difference of that variable. And the another thing which is always used with I is range. Okay, what does range do? Range have three parameters: start, stop, and end. So it will start with 1 here in our case. We'll stop to 20. Okay, and the steps. So how many hops? So how much hops will be there? So 2 hops. So what does it mean? Count to start from start 1 to 20. 20 is not included. Remember, 20 isn't 20 is exclusive. Okay, and with 2 steps. So let's see what it gives us. Okay, so as we have predicted, it will give 1, then 3, then 5, then 7, then 19. Okay, because it is doing 2 hops because this is third parameter, which is hop parameter. First is start parameter, second is stop parameter. So this is 19, and if I don't mention anything, so it will basically be 1 hop, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 19. This will be printing due to this line. Okay, so I hope you got the 4 basic for condition and range condition. And now we can use I if with for as well. So these are the things to practice. Okay, the main thing is I'm pointing out the key points which is almost missing in most of the lecture. Key points like I've told about mutable, immutable, and I've told about in place modification right now, like, and many more. I'm I'm calling it as key points. Okay, which is basically ignored by many lecturers. So what's happening here is for I in range, if I equal to 3, so we are doing for and if together. Okay, it's I is 3 now. So what's happened here? First I become 1, then I become 2, then I become 3, I become 4, then I become 5. As I told, 6 is exclusive. Last stop for the parameter is exclusive. So I will become 1, then it goes inside the for block. It will check if I equal to 3, no. So if it doesn't pass, then it will move to else, and it will print processing I is processing 1. So again go to 2, it will not equal to 3, so it is 2 I. So processing 2. Then again go to 3. So then yes, it is a 3 now. So then again it will goes to 4. Because for loop will run until it get exhausted. So it is 5, then 6. Okay, so you can see here it will print 1, 2. It is 3 now. It is processing 4, 5. Okay, I hope you get it. And sometimes what happens? we don't know what to put inside if. Okay, so what we do, we just mention pass here so that we don't give error. Later we come and can change it. Okay, so how what pass happens? It Python hit this line, then it comes inside. It pass, then it leave it. Okay, then it leave this thing, and the iteration stops. Okay, so for more example, I can say elif I equal to 3 print processor. So now see pass 1 is pass, 2 is pass, 3 is pass, and for else there is no statement. So for else I will put print processor processing I. So now see what happening. Processing 1, 2, when it comes to 3, either as I've told, either one of this will be executed at one time for one check, for one condition. Okay. So for 3, it finds here if I go to 3, if it hits, then it will go next. Then it will leave this if block. Then it will search for next line. Okay, what's inside for block in next line. Okay. And what is pass doing here? It is passing the if block. If I do it, it will pass the if else block. Okay. So for 3, there is nothing statement like print processing 3, processing I. So it just passed. Okay? And it will not hit as passed is already executed here. So the whole if else block will be passed. And passed is also used for like if now currently doing code, I didn't decide what to put inside this if condition, what to put or execute here. So I just mention pass and later I realize and then mention it with our logic. Okay, what our logic that we got. But if you can ask like why you can't leave it, like if you got to leave it like that. No, we can't leave it. If we leave that, we will get an error. Okay, so to escape that error and keep it a placeholder as a placeholder place to mention my logic or code there after what I got the logic. So we can do this. Got it? So it is not disturbing the part of code. Pass and another mention is break. What does break do? Break just break the loop. Okay. For pass, it comes out of the if block or the current it passed our current statement or current execution line. And for break, it breaks the loop. It breaks its adjacent loop. Okay, it's closest loop. So it will break this for loop and will come outside and you will see it will not run again because the for loop had already been broken, executed. Because break is used here, so it is already executed, it will not use here. So you can say it printed 1 3 as it I equals to 3, this condition passed and it hit the break, then the whole for loop got executed. That's the use of break. We have study pass. And what is continue? Continue tells that you can continue with like next iterate over for block. Okay. So what's happening here? You can see it is continue. If block run, then it happened. Then into if happened. But in 3, it doesn't hit if happened. Why? Because as it hit I equal to 3, it compares become true. It hits the continue. Then whole pointer will go again to line 1, again to for block. Means next iterator. It will not look any code below it, below continue. Means any if else, any blocks or anything below the continue, it will just loop will be continue from the next iterator. Next iterator. Okay, so that's the thing. Print if happened. But you will think this is the same thing that pass was doing, right? Pass was doing the same thing. You can say, oh, this is giving the same output, but different thing. Pass was passing the current if else block, but it was running the next block. But continue is just making it to execute to line 1. But the pass used here will skip this block and try to run from next line. Okay, so you can see here for pass, it if happen will be done. It's later in time, I don't know why. So what I mean to say for pass, okay, for pass, I is 1 first. Okay, it will be process I is 2 first, process I is 3 first, I3, then it compares, it become pass. So now the if else block exit, but this doesn't get exit. Okay, pass didn't say it that it starts from the loop from next iterator, goes to the loop back, go back to the loop. It doesn't say that. While continue say that goes back to the loop again. Okay, so you can say process 1 if I'm pen, process 2 if I'm pen, process 4. So if I entered I equal to 3, it is continue, so it start to iterate over next. From again next iterator for loop. But if I write pass here, you can see there will more it happen. You can say 2 if happen. Why? Because pass didn't say it to go over line 1 again. Pass said skip this if else block. Search for next. So then you search for 8. So there is 2 if happened here. Okay, you can pause and think. And as I change it to continue said to go back to loop. Pass said to skip the current if else block. So if I go to continue, you can see the process again. The neither this is not printed. You can say if I not printed, anything below this is not executed. While in pass only the if else block got skipped, but the below code if happened is printed. Means in continue only anything below that will not get executed. Loop will be break. Means loop will be start again from next iterator. But in pass, the only if else block will be break, and after that anything code will be executed. You can see. Okay, that was for pass, break, and if loop. So now we will understand the while as well. Okay. So while is another kind of looping syntax. So what does while do? While can do infinite loop by while to print hello. So it will always be true and it will start printing hello, 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 hello. So next we can do while false, print H. So what will be output here? What do you think? There will be not, okay, because the condition become false, so this will not. Okay, while is used to iterate as well, but it's not like doing I or pointing it with help of I. While is like let's say a equal to 1 comma 2 comma 34 comma 4 comma 55. I have to find the max. Okay, I have to find the max. So y will help here. What will I y do? While do y, we can say while a. Okay, first we will start from 0. Okay, so we are giving I equal to 0. Okay, and about how many total lengths are there? 0 1 2 3 4. Okay, so while I is less than equal to 4, means in the 0 1 2 3 4, then what will it do? Compare. Okay, max equal to 0 now, because here is equal to 0, max equal to 0. So while I is here, if a with I become greater than maxi, then maxi equal, okay, so not then here, maxi equal to AI. Okay, so what's it doing? It is saying where if the max, we are updating the max, we are first starting with 0. Is there any value greater than 0? It will first I will be 0, as I is here 0, so it will access I at 0. Then it will say is a of I, means index first at index is greater than max is 0. Yes, then update the max with that. So it is updating the maximum after each iteration. It will get update only if it is greater. So after final whole education, the maximum value will be printed there. Okay, so we can see what we can do. We cannot print like so the output here, but one thing is missing here. We are not iterating over I. So what we will do, we will increase the I as well. We will use shorthand addition expression y plus equal to 1, which is equal to y equal to I equal to I plus 1. Okay, so now let's run whether our maxi get updated or not. Okay, what do you think? Will this code show any error? No, it has given us 434 value. So it has executed successfully. What it does, iterated over whole index of A. This loop will break if I not equal to or less than 4. Means if the I become 5, then this loop will not work. So this will be break, then line 10 will be. Okay, so that's the thing of while loop. So we have done with victory as well. Okay, so here we will discuss about this sets, tuples, and functions with star arcs and k walks. I hope it's visible. So these are also the data types of Python. Okay, as we have studied strings and all, the list is one of them data type. And the key property of list is it is mutable, which is it can be changed in place modification. It allows the in place modification. I guess we have already a glimpse about mutability and immutability. Like I guess in week 2 or week 3 in this lecture. So it can hold like a mix of data types. It's like it is heterogeneous. It can store heterogeneous data type. Okay. So to create this data type, we use this square bracket. Okay, this is empty. So now this empty variable name empty points to a list which is actually empty. Okay, there is nothing inside. We can store number, strings, or boolean, or float, or like even none. Any kind of data type we can store in the list. It is mutable. Okay, so we can do in place modification. So I guess we will elaborate the definition of mutability and immutability more in this lecture. Okay, so I just opened the online compiler. So let's see. Okay. So mutability means like a data or value which is stored in a particular memory location. Because every memory location has a memory address, so it is stored in a particular memory location. I can show you like memory location. So by image it will be much more clear. Yeah, we can see here. Okay, so what's happening about mutability? That this the memory the memory address 0x100, because every part of memory, every chunk of memory, or every block of memory has an address. Okay, so let's consider if the address name is 0x100, it's an identity to that memory location. Okay, and if A is referencing to 5, means A is referencing to this memory address, not 5. Okay. And then now if we do A equal to B is also equal to 5. So B doesn't create a new 5 in another memory location. What it does first in Python, it searches for already located value. So if you assign B equal to 5 here, so this is A equal to 5, it created a 5. Generally 5 is already there in Python by default. So it just reference it to memory address where 5 is located. And when you write b equal to 5, b referenced to memory location where 5 is already located. So it didn't create the new address, it already referenced to here. So this is aliasing. We are aliasing it, we are directing this b to point to a memory location. This image is a replica of this code, a equal to 5, b equal to 5. Okay. So if you try to see here, the memory location of both is same. Okay, so in Python, how we see the memory location? We see using id. Okay, print id a. Okay, print id, print id, print id. So this will print the memory location of a and b variable. You have the values of a and b memory is stored in memory. Okay, so I shouldn't write double print here. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, now it's okay. Now we also are familiar with step which will separate this. So let's separate it with and. Okay, so let's see what happens. You can see the memory address are same. So what's happened here? In example, we have already got demonstrated. You can say 504, here is also 504, so the both memory address for A and B is same. ID is used to find memory address. So why this happened? Because when you define A equal to 5, it refers to this memory location, and when you define B to 5, this also refers to same memory location, so that ID becomes 5. Okay. Now what happened when I change it? Okay. If I change it A equal to A plus 6, now as integer is immutable. Okay. So it will not do in place modification. What it will not do, it will not do in place modification. The value of a will be changed, it will be 11. Okay, remove this for now. It will be 11 because I is 6 added to it. Okay, oh, no problem, you can keep it. Okay, we can do it as well to understand it more clearly. So a equal to a plus 6, it will be 11. And if you print a, and if you print here a, so what do you predict here? What can you say? So your question is that whether a equal to 5 will be, the print id here will be same as this or will be different. So the answer is it will be different. Why it will be different? Because the ID here, which is printed here, is ID of this A 5. While this is also variable name, same variable name A. But now memory location has been changed because when you added 6 to A, it becomes 11. And when it became 11, as integer is not mutable, it is immutable. You can't change it. So it will not do in place modifications. So what I mean by in place modification? It will not do modification to same memory address where it is previously located. So it will not do memory, it will not do modification to this 5. It will not go and change 5 to 11. It will, what it will do, it will add 5 6 6 to 5 11 and store somewhere in this box at 11, and then reference a with that 11. Okay, so it will do that. Okay, so I hope you have got this, like how it's working here or getting it. Okay, so it created new edge. It's not mutable, but if it will be mutable, if I take a data type which is mutable edge, we are studying on list. So take list as mutable. This is how we create list by giving a test bracket. Okay, we can also add value here to create it like a or something. A 12, 11. Okay, now see, if I do lst and change one index value to 5, it is 5 to 55. So now what you say? The ID, the memory, it will as it is mutable. I said. So does it mean like after changing the value, the memory address of list before changing and after changing will be same? Means will it do place modification or no? So question is yes, it will do place modification. The memory address will be same. Why? Because the list is mutable. That's what mutability and immutability mean. Or list is immutable. List is mutable. Okay, means changeable. Basically in place. Okay, in place modification is allowed. So you can see even after changing, unlike our integer example, even after changing the a5 to 55 here, we will change it. You can print a as well, means list as well. Okay, so you can say whether the list has been changed or not. So you can say the list of this have same memory address this, and even after changing 5 to 55, the memory address is same. So that's the power of mutability thing. Okay, we will not allocate another memory location just by a single change. So it's just good thing. Okay, we will have to do list operations. Okay, because we are just modifying it. So list is mutable, means changeable in interest modification. We have already said it. We can define list in list. We can define this as well. Okay, we can define in range as well. Okay, 1 to 6, 1 to 3, 5. Then all may be typecasted to list. Okay, we have already studied explicit type and cast type conversion and all. Okay, so we also know the two index of list, which is like in string we also got that, and in same for list we got two index in by default in Python, which is for whole number is to start from 0, and one is backward, which is starts from -1, -2, -2, -2. So it works like that. Now Now this is the slice assignment. Okay, 1 is to 3, so it will be 0, 1 to 3, 1 to 3, 20 to 40. Okay, we change to 200 to 300. So now 230, 40 becomes 200, 300. Okay, next 1 to 3. So that is the last one is excluded in slice indexing. Remember that the last one is excluded. It's not counted. So if you do 1 to 3, so it will start from 1. 1 is 8 to 0, 1 is 1, and will stop before 3. This is 3, so it will stop before it. So it will go up to 2 only. 1, that's the second integer. So it's what does it mean? It's mean 20, 30. What it changed to? Reassigned to 200, 300. And will the memory address will be changed for this list nums? No, it will not. As we do Python, Python is our mutable data. And here is the trap thing. Okay, assigning a slice replace it with any interval. Then one of the different length, so one of different length of 1 equal to change the list by 1 element. Okay, so you can see if you what did it mean? If I give the 1 comma 3 as empty list, so it will just delete the slice. Means 1 2 it will be 20 30. It will assign it to empty list. That means it will nothing in there, so it will be empty. So it is just way of deleting that. Okay, you can see how clever way it is to delete this. This is literally a clever way. If you take care of this, if you really understanding this what's happening, it has reassigned the 1 comma 3 to empty. So it's clever way of deleting it. Okay. We can also do it by writing del nums 1 comma 3 as well. Okay. So let me show you another example. We will demonstrate it as well. So this here, if I type del num 1 comma 3. So what do you think? What will be our output? Let's see, it is deleted. So either we can do this or we can take this as approach as well. So this is the method of list which append, which add x to the end. So if you do list dot append, it will add it to end. If list dot insert, it will add first at index which index you want. Okay, so these are 1 comma 3 is a list. Instead of 1 comma 3 as list bracket, you can also give variable name of the list like list lst or number or anything. Okay, and dot exchange dot remove dot pop dot clear. So these are the all are the list functions, list methods. Okay, so we can demonstrate it as well. Okay, so let's demonstrate it. Just note the changes before and after using this. Nums dot append. If I do append 10, then what will happen? 10 is appended, means inserted at the end. So if you want to insert at the end, you can use append. Append is less adding, joining extra. So it will join to end. Another insert. Okay. So I want like nums dot insert at index 1. Which number I want to insert? I want to insert this number at index 1. Let's say it index 0, it is 1, it got inserted. No other number is harmed here, no other number is deleted. 20, 30, 40, 50 is there, it's just one at one position. This got inserted, so this value got inserted. Method. Okay, and then extend. Extend just add the at variable. Okay. So what it does, it just I want to append it, but with at variables like nums dot extend 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So see. Okay. No see. All at variables are added here. Appended here. Okay. So instead of that, what will happen? I want to ask you if I append, I extend it with a string. So string is also attributable, so it is also allowed in string, also allowed in extend. So let's see what will happen. Let's see. This is the beauty. It is already been extended by one word. Okay, A B H I. So it iterate it and append it. Just extend. Okay. Now remove first occurrence of x. So to remove any occurrence, we can do 1, 2, 1. Remove 1. So it will remove 1 from beginning. It will remove the first occurrence. And what is remove word pop do? Pop also remove, but it returns the end value. Okay, and delete the end value. Okay, it will delete the end value. So if I do like nums dot pop, okay, if I don't mention anything, if I do nums dot pop, okay, what will happen there? It will delete the end number like 40. And is it giving any value as return as well or not? Yeah, it is giving return value as well. Return value. It is deleting, but it is also giving the return value. So you can see we can do print. You can see it also returned 50. It did in place deletion, and it also returned a value which is, the value is deleted end value, and we can use that in a value as well. So that's a bit of pop. And you can do it pop at index as well, which index you want to delete. Like if I want to delete the index 1, it's 20. So now 20 will get deleted. Now you can see 20 is deleted, and the deleted value is returned, which will be and saved in a value variable 0. So now if you print 0, the value is there 20. So that's what the thing. Okay. And two, if you do clear, it will make the list empty. If you want to find the index, you can use dot index command and element value. You will get the index of first occurrence. If you want the value count, number of values of the specific alphabet, you can use count as well. Okay, 1 comma 2 dot count 1. So it is have to counting 1 from this list. How many 1 are there? 1, 2, 3. So the value answer will be 3. Sort you took sort as well. Okay, so I mean sort is to sorting, is arranging in ascending order by default. If you give list and use dot sort, it will arrange it, means in ascending order. But if you give this reverse equal to 2, equal is arrange in descending order. Okay. So for that, what you can do, we can do nums dot sort. Okay, sort is the name, and let's print nums. So what you expect here as output? So there what happened to me? I given like already sorted, so not good. So now see, yeah, it is sorted. So it's doing in place modification as well. Okay, so all method is here doing in place modification for this. So print nums, so it will get printed. If I want it as reverse, let's say it will do reverse descending order. Okay, from bigger to small. And if you don't want as a insert as an in-place modification, because many of the time we will not want to harm our original list value, okay, or do any kind of modification, so sort or something to it. So we do then sort it. It gives original unchanged, it gives no new value. Okay. So in sorted, so as it will give new value, you have to store somewhere. We can give sorted nums. Sorted nums equal to sorted and nums. So let's print sorted nums. Now you can see sorted num is sorted, while num is not sorted. Because it will not do in place modification. So nums is already as it is, but the sorted what it does sort this and throw this in variable this and save this in variable sorted nums. Now we can use sorted nums differently as nums. So we are not harming our original manner or representation of list. Okay, which is sometimes necessary to uh, keep the original set persistent. Okay, we can use reverse to reverse the list. Okay, we can use copy to give shallow copy, which will be aliasing to it. Okay, alias to it. So it will be just point to same memory location. Okay. And if you do length of a list, it will give how many elements are there. Minimum maximum will give minimum maximum value of list. Some will give sum of list, but catching it must be only numeric item. Remove and the trap it remove raises value error if x is not found. If x is not found, remove will give value error. As we can use both remove and pop to remove the element. Pop equal to I, we can remove the element by index. Remove equal to x, we can remove the element by element name, and first offering will be removed. But here, if the element isn't found, remove will give value error, but pop will not give any error. I'm sorry, pop will raise a empty list or like index it. Okay, so that's the difference. So we can check here what I mean to say. Right, pop is too far. I guess. Yeah, very good. So return the pop value 5. Let's you can see the value is auto change. And for remove, if you do remove, okay, nums dot remove is in place modification. So nums dot remove 30 for means 33. It will give another kind of which is not English. Okay, so both will give error, but different error. This will give value error. This will give English. So the dot sort function, as I've told, it does in-place modification. So if it will not return anything, it will return none. Okay, but if you use sorted, you can store it in variable as we have already demonstrated. So we have already demonstrated this thing. Okay, now we can go to have shallow or deep copy. So what I do for aliasing, we can have for list we can do aliasing. Okay, but as I've already told that in aliasing, what happens, the memory pointer to same location, the variable pointer to same memory location. But if we want our purpose to be like our value is same, but we want in some different address as well. We want 5 there as well. So we use deep copy for that. Okay, so let's see if nums2 equal to nums. Now if I print id of nums2, okay, and id of nums1 or num, you can see the id is same. Why? Because this nums2 is also just pointing to that memory location. But if I just do deep copy here, which will be, I guess deep hyphen is there. Yeah, deep copy, just deep copy with origin. So it is the copy dot deep copy with origin. So we have to import copy for that, which is okay. Now if I do copy dot deep copy of nums, so now the value will be defensive because it does deep copy. So what it did, it created the whole value at different memory address, okay, and then save it in variable, pointed it at with variable nums2. So it is not an action. Changing in variable nums2 will not change nums1 because both in different memory. Okay, another concept is list comprehension. Okay, and this nested listing, which is basically just list inside the list. This isn't a big deal. Okay. So we will have now list comparison. List comparison, we can write the list. Uh, we can write the logic even inside the list. So we want nums equal to, let's see, for I in range. Okay, let's see. Store I. The first will be our target value. Okay, expression. Okay, which we want to store in the list. This is the, and else will be for and all. So for I in range 2 to 21, because we want the table of 21, 22. So 2, 4, 6, 8, this will happen. And let's see what nums to store now. So we have created the nums of table 2. Okay, 2, 4, 6, 8, 11, 11, 12. What it does, it finds for I in range for each iteration, it just stored I here. So this is the final expression which will be stored, helps with the logic for 4. So we can use anywhere. This is like list comprehension thing. Like you can find do even odd as well. So this is nested loop thing, which is a basic thing. It just list inside the list. So if we want to like access it, let's demonstrate it as. So what's happening if I want to access this list? So this is at 0 index, or this is 0 element for of this bigger list. This is 0 element of this is first element of this is second element of this. How did I know? By separation of common for this bigger list. So this is 1, 0, this is 1, this is 2. Okay, so now I do it. We did 1, 2. So what it means? First it will find one index. Yeah, I got at one index of bigger list. I got this list. Now it will go inside this and point out to second element of this 0, 1, 2. So it will be 6. Now if I want to get 0, so this is the 0. First parameter will be for bigger, second will be for inside that, and third will be for inside that. It was there, but there is nothing inside list inside this list. So let's go to this line. So 0, okay. So 0 index. So 1, 2, 3 as the list will be printed. So you can see 6 is printed here, and the whole 0 thing basically printed here. If you are doubt here, that's how it's written. Now you can see it as list. This is the first element, 0th element. This is the first element in list. This is the second element. It's same as like grid. Here what it is, here just instead of number of string, the list itself is the element value. A comma B comma C. This is a zeroth, so this is a, this is zero, this is one, so this is one, so this is two, this is two. Okay, I hope you got that. So, so now the traps which are here, that basically I have given the more times in note, so that even by seeing notes you will get to understand a lot of things or most of it. Okay, so see here, predict output. Now matrix is here like zeroth repeating 3 times. Okay, with 3. So now you can see, oh, like 0 will be 3 here. Okay, and then list will be, then this wall will be repeated 3 times. So you think this will create a matrix like with 3 separate rows. But trap it, this will not gonna happen. Okay. I can demonstrate it here. So say you can see. Okay. So you can see here. Now see what happened. 0 0 0 is printed here, 0 0 0 is printed here, 0 0 printed here. Okay. So it looked like 3 separate rows will be printed. Okay, but it didn't happen. I mean it happened. Sorry, I just misinterpreted it. I mean it printed the 3 row. Okay. If you say in the manner of rows as this, I was thinking row as column. Okay. So let's consider row as this. So this is first row, this is second row, this is third. So it printed that. Okay. So this is the thing. Okay. Now the what is trap? Trap isn't this. Trap is if you do now matrix 0, 1 as 9. Okay. So matrix 0, 1. So 0th index for outer and for 1 and so 9. So you replace this. Okay. Now you print matrix. All go change. Why? Question is that I did grade 0 then 1 equal to 9. Now I print grid. So the whole row is changed to 9, 9, 9. While earlier it was just 0, 0, 0. Why this? Okay, this was the first distribution thought. But what I only did, I just changed it to 9. So why it's like that? Why it can't go to 0th element like we have already explained, and then for inner it goes to inner element 0 and we change it to 9. Why it's not doing that? And so the answer is that if we when you did 0 and 9, okay, the Python had created grid or mad list as that at that condition, okay, with 0, 0 with this multiplication multiplication thing. Okay. So now if you're going to do any change to this, will obviously do a change to your like each of the row. Okay. If it's not clear, you will get clear now. I hope it's to be clear what I told you. So 0, this is our fixed thing, which is 0 is 3 for I. This is how we can fix this. This all row change thing. You can say 0, 3 for dash in range 3. Okay. So what this happened, this code is like good. So it is just iterating. Okay. What it doing? It's just iterating. I can show you what I mean to say. It is just iterating. Okay. Let's see. Now you can see it's just one is changed. Okay, why? Because it created 0, 0, 0 3 times. Okay, till range 3. Okay, so for first iteration it worked. For first iteration it will be 3 iteration, one will be 0. If then nothing is given, then this is the end point and start point is 0. It's same as 0, 2. Okay, so it is 0, 1 and 2. It runs 3 times. So first time this is when this get executed, second time also this will be third time also. But now you define this or change the value of 9. So it is defined 9 by 9. So it changed and value of only that will change whether you where you targeted. Okay, and we can also use modify the list while iterating by using the all the list method we have discussed. Okay, so this is the iterating thing. We can do this. So what will happen? You can see the reason for that 0,33 create 3 references to the same inner list. Okay, so what it's doing? It is creating 3 references to the same inner list. So it is 3 references for the same inner list. So if you change any one of the inner list, all will be changed. Okay, so it's not like creating the list. Okay, it is just created one time. Then for next time, it is just like it just referenced it. Okay, so that's what it's doing. It's just referencing it. First it created 3 times 0. Okay, now it's multiplied 3 times, so it will be 3, 3, 3. Got it? It's same like if I do like 4 multiply for one list multiply 3 times. Okay. So it is just creating this, then adding 0 here. We can take the example here. Let's see. So what it will do? 0 and 0 created one list, right? Now if I do like star 3, okay, it created one line, one list. It is still list inside the list. Okay, and if I add another list which I multiply, which is just let's see if I do multiply this to 5, what will happen? Let's say executed. What will happen? So this 5 element will be executed. So for same this is happening. 3 got executed. But thing is that we want the whole thing as a matrix. So we just also multiply 3 to that anything. So that become like a 3 row and look like 3 row, but actually it was just referencing it in a value or referencing the adjacent inner value. Okay, so that's how it was working. That's why we got error. So it just printed a 0 3 times, then created 3 times the 3 times 3 rows of 0 0 0. Okay. Okay, so this was the trap we are. So now we will share the sets. I guess you did it. You got it. If you didn't, got it. So now we will see the sets. Okay. So as like a list, we can create sets in this way. Okay, empty set and set with like parentheses. Okay, there's a small bracket. So this will create a set. We can you might think like why we can't do set as this uh, curly brackets like list we have to define. We just define it as an empty square bracket. And why we can't do this? Because these are created for empty dict. For dictionary we do this, but for set we specifically typecast it or set it as set. Okay. Why is set treated like unordered collection? Okay, and the sets are mutable. Okay, but they only store immutable hashable element. So the keys of sets are keys of sets, or especially if I say dictionary, keys of dictionary. Okay, is like immutable keys, but values are mutable. And sets have no index. Like dictionary also have no index. You can't access item by position. And here it is also you can give any data if I could. So this is the example. Let's see the set we have created a set which name is empty set. Okay, this is the way to create set. Okay, not this. This is for dictionary creation. Okay, and we define number as this. Okay, number equal to with duplicates as this. From list we did set. Also converted list here we converted list as set by typecasting it with type conversion with set. Okay, we also converted it with string with set, and by if we convert string with set, then you can see unique characters are retained. Okay, so when you give iterables in set, so this is the key thing I guess. When you give iterable to list, it just iterate to each and store it as set and unique. Okay, so set stores always unique. Okay, because keys here are hashable because it's using hashes, so it can't store to be hash. It using hashes to access or modify data. So let's see. if you print duplicates, you can see we have in with dips we have given sets, we have defined sets, okay, as 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, okay. And when we come, this is dictionary, it is a definition, and when we like printed this with dips, you can see the whole duplication is gone. The reason behind that is this is set can't store duplicates value. It usually has so hasing needs unique values. So this is like it can store only unique value. Okay. And another key point for set or dictionary, it is unordered. So it will be no order guarantee. So this list was ordered. So every time you uh, print it or execute it or use it, the order to which you defined the in order you defined your element or okay, assigned your element will be retained, will be sent for each run, for each education. But for set it can be different. Okay. So that's why the indexing isn't possible in sets code order is not written. Okay. That means every time I run, it will be displayed in another manner. If currently it is displaying 1, 2, 3, if I run again, it might display 3, 2, 1 or something like that. Okay. So it is another. It is mutable, but the thing is, values are mutable. Keys are immutable for dictionary. And about the mutability, this mutability is work on method. Like if you adding something, this will be there. If you adding something, this will you for appending we use in list for adding you we use append, but here we use add. To update we use this. Okay. This will be like extend in list will be updated here. Remove will be removed, then will JHK error is not found. But discard is like smoothly remove that no error is not found. Okay. It will not get give you error any if it didn't able to find like 99. Pop is same like this. But here it will not remove last element, that is unorder, it will remove an arbitrary random element. S dot clear will remove all element. Pop remove random element, cause set unorder. Okay. So we can have a demonstration of this. If mutability first. Okay. So let's see. We can see here. Okay, I have to printers as well. Printers. So you can say what it did. It added 20. It added 40. Okay. It removed 20. So you can say this. It added 40. So 10, 20, 30, 40. Then it removed 10. Removed 10. So 10 is removed. No, so 10, 20, 30, 40, 10, 20, 30. It added 40. Printers. So thing is that is the array of s has been changed. Is it mutable or not? Okay, this is the question I expect you all to answer. Print s. Print array of s. Okay. Print array of s. Okay, that's it. Print array of s. Okay. So array of s after the addition and before the addition is simple. It did what mutable. It is mutable changing. Okay. So it is mutable. Okay. We can add and remove element. That's the mutability here. Okay. We can add by index because it is unordered. So anything related to index will not work here. Okay. And another key property of sets is like it can store. It provide operations like union, intersection, which will be key mathematics operation. Okay. As as far I know, you are already familiar with this method, union and intersection. So what it does, I will not going to define a union and intersection. What it will do, union here, A is here, B is here, union. So if I do union, all elements from both sets will be included. Okay, common element. So this will be union. In union, you can give this operator as well, or you can give this method as well. It will give same result. Sorry. So no intersection. So for intersection, you can give this between and operator, right and operator on as well, and also give intersection method as well. It will give you some result. For difference, you can do MLB or A dot difference B. And for symmetric difference, like element in A or B, but not both. Element we need in A or both. We can do this. Either what we can do, we can do like element in A and B. Okay, we can union it, common union it, and subtract it with intersection, right? That will do the same thing. The union B find all the common element which is in both A and B, and intersection will give all the element which is common in both. So if I subtract A dot union B, if I subtract A dot intersection B from A dot union B, then we will get this symmetric difference. Okay, this is the symmetric definition of symmetric difference. Okay, now it's like about subset, superset, and disjoint. Subset, as you already familiar with, right? To check subset, this is our method. Each subset. Okay. We can also use this. Okay, it's superset. We can also use it. Is disjoint. Okay, also can use this. It is basically disjoint basically says is there any common element or not. And Trojan set is like a set but immutable. Okay, So sets are mutable, but dictionary keys aren't. Okay, so it can Trojan set is like immutable. So here we were able to add it, and still we have in same in place modification just so it is mutable. But if I define set with Trojan set, then we can't add it or something. Okay, it will give us error. So Trojan set is like this. As you have written set here, you can write Trojan set here. You can use it as a dictionary key because dictionary key requires immutability and it is immutable. Okay, regular sets can't be dict keys. Okay, that this is the key point. Okay, regular key can't be placed inside another set or used as dictionary key because it is mutable. Okay, but Trojan set can be used in that purpose. Okay, okay. So here you can see Trojan set want to pair with this Trojan set 3, 4 other pair. Okay, we are able to use this in this way. Okay. We can also use set inside set. Okay, it's very different. So by default we will get error if we use regular set inside set. Okay, we get error. Okay, but as the like reason for error is that if I able to define the set inside the set. Okay, or any like mutable if I able to define inside the set error will because set is mutable and set inside set must be mutable. Okay, because that's definition of set, but that's not possible. Okay, because we can't add it or change it using indexing. We can't access those elements which is set inside the set. Okay. So what I'm saying first you understand this that a regular set can't be placed inside another set or used as a dictionary key. Okay. Because it is mutable. Use Trojan set instead. So if you want set inside set, use Trojan set. Regular set can't do this. Okay, so the best example which I can think is let's see. So what do you think? Yeah, right. It says error. Because the set property is to have be mutable. Okay, but as you define this set, it will become immutable because you can't change this set. Okay, you can't access this set and you can't change this set. You can't do add or remove in this set. So if you aren't able to do add or remove to this set, okay, that means this set is immutable, but that's counter definition of set. Okay, so to have this true, it shows error that you can't define set inside the set. Okay, so can you define list? Okay, unhashable type list. Okay, you also can't define set. The same reason you can't define the list because set think like the list here is the earlier concept I've told you for understanding. Okay, if you go to the real reason about this will be hashability. Okay, because set is stored as hashable and the list is not hashable element. Okay, it's unhashable element. Okay, so it will not be stored. And earlier for sets is like you can't define inside sets because it is mutable. Okay, you can see here the error if I define set unhashable type set. Okay, so you here the set which is present here is unhashable. Okay, we can't do hash the set and store it as key because what does set do? Set remove duplication. Okay, but set not able to has this set. Okay, so we can't define inside the set, define it inside the set. Okay, because these are mutable stuff. So if these are mutable stuff but not able to change, so that's that one. And if I define tuple, what you think? Will it throw error or not? Or we can define it? You're correct. We can define it because reason for that is tuple is hashable. Okay, tuple don't need to change. Okay, so tuple doesn't need to change, so it can hash it and store it as storage in hash memory. Okay, because tuple doesn't don't need to be changed. Okay, we can't do anything with the tuples, so it is just storing it. Okay, so it will not showing any error if you're defining tuples inside ourselves. That's the key. Uh, I hope you understood this why we can't do this. And if you really wanted to like store a set inside a set, you can use Trojan set as I've already discussed. Any immutable stuff in sets are allowed, but because it can be hashed, any mutable isn't are not allowed. Okay, so that's the thing. So it can hash it and store it. Because if I give list, so list can be added or changed. And if list can be added and modified, then the memory location will be same. Okay, but the values will be different. So it will impact hashing. Okay, so that's the key here. Okay, step one, order is not guaranteed. So checking like membership for list is like fast lookup. Okay, in list it is like entire list, but in set it is like instant. Okay, so that's the thing. So if you iterate over set, it will give unpredictable order because it is unordered. We have already discussed. It is also used to some. It is majorly used for like removing duplicates. So define it as list, convert it to list. It will be it will remove all duplicates. Okay, now we are going to study tuple. So tuple is an order except data and sets polar order. Immutable collection. Okay, as we have already studied, tuple is immutable here. Means you can't change tuples. In place modification you can't do. But the key thing tuple has some key thing. Okay, which you have to take care like if you define the tuple, okay, you define it by this parenthesis, and if you define a single tuple, okay, you use comma as well. Without comma, one tuple require a comma mandatory. That's the key. One tuple requires the comma mandatory. That's the key. Okay. So let me highlight it. So one tuple requires comma mandatory. And wrong. What is wrong? You can't define it in single like this. It will give us error. Okay. This will be called. There's an obvious reason to give a reason, give error because we define sometime our evolution or mathematical operation inside of bracket as well. Okay. So if you define just a number inside the bracket, okay, it will think it as a number. Okay, integer. So it will store it as integer, not a tuple. To make it store as a tuple, we use comma. That's the thing. Okay. So we can. It is also like heterogeneous. And even you didn't give parenthesis, it will be tuple. So okay, this is the another key point. If you just if you just write it like this, it will still be your tuple. Okay, because by default, if you use comma and don't assign anything, the Python think it is tuple. Okay, you can if I print no answer, you can say this is stored as a tuple. So that's the key of defining the variable. Okay. To it is as we have studied, this is ordered, so we can index it. Okay, so you can do this, you can do this, you can do all indexing or accessing thing of list as well here. Okay. And don't think about modification because it is immutable. Okay, so we are doing tuple packing and unpacking. Okay. So as you said, we defined it with comma, and now if you print it, it's given with parentheses. So as I said, if you just use comma and define, then Python will take it as tuple. And you can also assign it like this: name a job to a person, so name will correspond to Alice, age is going to correspond to 25, job will correspond to. You can also do swapping like x comma y comma x. Okay, this is able to happen. Okay, with tuple unpacking internally. Okay, and you can also think in a certain you can also like extend it. Okay, unpack it like first, middle, last. So for print first, this will happen. For last, it will take 5. For middle, this it will take this is a list. Okay, not tuple. So if it unpack it or if it store it with statistics, it will take as list, even though you are unpacking tuple. That's a key trap. I guess you have to understand this. Okay. So these are the tuple methods, which is basically all of the thing. But remember here, this is also if you sort it, it will return a list, not a tuple. Okay. Tuple can just convert any iterable to tuple. Okay. They have no append and remove and sort, pop, something like that. Cause any modifying method or it doesn't have. It can be count number of times x appear in the tuple, index of first occurrence of x. So we can just do this. All method of list which doesn't do in-place modification can be used in tuple for it is immutable. Okay. So that's a basic thing. Like if the tuple is immutable, but if it contains a mutable object, then it can be changed. So yeah, it can be changed because we are changing the mutable object, not the immutable. Okay. So that's the key. Now we are going to study functions. Okay. So function is just we defined a named a kind of variable, which is not just a data type. Do not store only data; it store a whole chunk of code. Okay, reusable block of code that perform a specific task. So as you can see here, let's see here, you return a greeting. Okay, return hello and name. Okay. So what will they do? So every time you can define this function, this is the function which is function defined by def. This will be function name, what function you want. You will open parenthesis and give the parameter which you will use later on later inside the function. So you must define it here. Okay, you did like this. Okay. So what happens? A person want to use the function date, so it will be and as the date requires one parameter, so it will give name as hello. Now see what will be printed. Okay. So I will print it. Let's see. Hello. See how long it will take. It got print. So any anything if I give here will print here. So this is the function it's doing. Instead of we writing hello and this, we can run this function, call this function, it will do task for us. So that's why we so this is the variable block of code will do a specific task. Okay, this is the way of defining the functions. Okay, message delete alias. Okay. How we are calling the function, we can store it somewhere. So that's it. Function with no return will return none. Okay, that's the key point. Okay. You can also this in my trap section. Function will have no return or just return with no value, always return none. Assigning a result to variable gives you none. Okay. So if you assign it like this and the function is returning nothing, then it will give you none. So just take care of it. Function can be a different types like positional, keywords, okay, and all and all. Default, okay, X variable name with positional X, keywords variable name of keyword X, and all. So we will study okay. So what is positional function, which is basically base exponent. So here the base is power to the exponent. So this operation requires positions. Okay, and keyword. So if you replace base with 2, then it will be here, and exponent with 2. So first parameter must be this. So this is position argument. Okay. And we can, if you want to define using keyword, okay, this is position called basic and is getting storage to exponent is getting storage to, okay, it is already taking position on the basis of your numbering. And if you want to explicitly define using keyword, you can also give like for exponent parameter I will use 10, for base parameter I will use 2. It doesn't matter in which order you have written. Python will search exponent as 10 and will use it here, where even if you have written this in first, okay, no, unlike this. And as base equal to 2, you will be using. You can also mix it, okay. First it will search the keyword and store it, and left part will be taken like this. Okay, you can also use it with mix. You can use mix there. Tap is that position must come before the keyword. Okay, that's the thing. Okay, you can miss. I told like we can use it here like this, but the position argument must come before the key argument. If you are mixing it, use mixing it and using it. Just remember the position argument must come before keyword. So that's the key. Okay. And there are default parameter value. That's it. If there are no parameters are given in function, okay, it will use the default parameters value. You can see here this is greet name, okay, greeting equal to hello, so it will f greeting equal to hello, so it will replace greeting with hello. If there are not only name is given to the function, Python will take greeting as by default hello. But if someone knows and defined greeting as here, so the greeting will be changed with here. So what is it? And here you can see here the positional argument is used before keyword argument, so always use this position before keyword argument. But here you can doubt or you can say I want to ask you this question. Let's see. Okay, Carol greeting. So what happens if I define Carol later? Will it give us error? Just think and answer. I want you to think and answer. Okay. What do you expect? Yeah, it will be error. Because positional argument must be before keyword argument. Okay. So never use a mutable object like as a default value. The default is created once as function definition and shared across all codes. So what he's saying, if you like use mutable value, so even if someone changes it or added atom or does something, you are using the function like this, so it will not start from beginning. Okay, it will not start from beginning. It will just add it to that. So you can just say example, you have given multiple items dot append value return item. So you are adding item 1 here, then adding item 2 here, adding item 3 here. So it's you expect like you only get 2 because you have added item 2, but you're getting 2 before 2 after that. Okay, so what you doing? What you doing? The item is stored, created, okay, and shared across all calls. So it will share across all calls as it is mutable. Okay. If you will use tuple here, means if you use set is also mutable. So if you use any immutable data type, okay, and add it explicitly, okay, like then it will not use interest or will not change. It will not do interest modification. So it will give you a completely new. So each time you like call it, it will get you will get a newly located memory location. Okay. So that's the thing here. Okay. So it's not doing interest modification. So you can use none as default, and if item is none, you define the item equal to. So what it will do, items dot append val. Now it's solving the problem ever. How? Because it is appending the item. Okay. After creating this inside the function, okay, we have defined the function add item. It created a function. It created a code which will define, which will create a list. Then it will append that value. So each time you will run it. First you will counter this. There are no common list we passed here. Items is completely new. Okay. So even here, if you call it to here, you might expect that it will create new items equal to say, equal to empty list, but no. What happens internally if you created item equal to list? Okay, you already have a array name items and there is something inside that. And if you add something there, okay, you define something else, so it will change that item. Okay. It will point to that item. It will not assign. So item assigned here, append here. So every time you call it, the new item is assigned here. Okay, and append here. So let me show you an example. Item save, and we do items dot append 10. Okay. And now if you print items, you will see this. Okay. Now if I again do item like this, uh, if I again do items like this, so what will be there? It will also give a print this way. Okay. But if you do this inside the function, okay, it will use it will use okay the values which are already in item. Okay. You are already appended item where you returned item, so it will not do even if you call it again, it will once it will assign. Okay, once is it creation, once a function definition time, it will and shared across all codes. It will share across all codes. Okay, it will not do not do reassign it. Okay? So it will share across all codes. So this is the trap. We can use x, which is a non variable positional arguments. Okay, so anything inside x is considered as to be a tuple. So what happened? Let's say they have total x. Now x are used for you don't know how many numbers of argument you gonna pass it. So some person gives 1, 2, 3. Some person gives only 20. Some person gives nothing. So if some person gives 1, 2, 3, what it will return some x. Because x are just it will the anything will go inside this will be stored as tuple. As we have already discussed, anything without anything is commas only will be considered tuples. So it got inside it as a tuple, and if you perform some operations or tuple, then some will be returned. Okay, so that's doing the same thing. What's the key? What's feature of this? That it doesn't require you to restrict number of parameters you want to give. Okay, so that's a good thing. In message as well, you are not required to give only one message. You can give 2, 3, 4 message as well. Okay, so that's a good one. Info server started. Okay, port 8080 ready. So what you're doing for info method, you're doing server started. Okay, you for port 8080 giving ready. So if you're mixing normal and args, then normal parameter must come first. As in position, like your positional parameter must come first. Here you can see normal parameter must come first. Then okay, that one. So for message in the server started, what are you doing? Info. Okay, which is a simple level message server set started. Then again port 8080 ready. So this is all it will be stored as message because you have used access. So it will be all stored as tuples of message strings. Okay. So now we will see kwords. Okay. So let's see. So here like we're gonna put kwords. So what is kwords? Basically in star works. Star arcs, we are defining position argument, variable position argument, but this is used for variable keyword argument. That's why we use double parenthesis here, means double asterisk here. Okay. So it by default acts store as a tuple, but kwords store as a dict. Okay, so name equal to Alice, name will be key, and Alice will be value, age equal to it now. So that's the beauty of kwords. You can see. Okay, what's happening here for key value in kwords dot item. It's printing key. This is dictionary thing. Okay, so kwords dot items is your dictionary thing. So key comma value in kwords dot item for so printing key colon with value. Okay, so key dot items we already know this is a dictionary method. So it will print like let me give you demonstration. So you can see here indent block. Okay, no fine. Okay, no see expected indent block. That's why I don't error. Keywords is not defined. Okay, first we have to define the keyword. Okay, so that's the we are forgetting to define it. So let's first define this. Okay, so define this, then print this. But this will not work. Why it will not work? Because this keyword will not access the list outside of the scope of inside this function. This will not be accessed. This will not like for values can be for last one is for I value can be accessed because for doesn't create its own scope, but function does. Okay. So what we will do, we will include this inside the function. This will be part of function, and we will define our key here like this. So what happens? You can see tuple is stored at key. We just give parameter here. We can give more parameter job as well. May equal to more name. Let's see. We got one here as well. So we will not have any restriction of defining the key and values pair here. So that's a good thing, right? As in function argument. So this is another way of defining the function. Okay. So once the code hit return, execute return, anything after that will not be executed. So if you see here, save division a comma b if b equal to 0. If b equal to 0 become true, then it will return none, and then any code below it will ignore. Okay, so return is like break. Return in function is like break. Okay, in loop. Return in function is like return in function is like break and loop. Okay, so that's the thing. So this is how Python search the scope, means variable names. Okay, first it will search it locally. First it will then it go in close, and then it will do global. Then it will search in built-in. Okay, that's why that's how the Python works. So this is local. Okay, and this is enclosing. Okay, and this is global quote is outside the function. Okay. So first this is we are defining it like x is global. This is also global. Okay, and here x is enclosing. X is local. Okay, so this will only be accessed inside this, but this is enclosing where you are defined inner. Okay, so this will only give x equal to local edge output. But if you print x here, okay, if you print x here, then it will point to the enclosure. Why? Because the variable defined in this function scope will be used only in this function scope, will not be used here. Okay, so that's the thing. We can you can modify a global value from inside function. Okay. Okay, so you have defined a global function, global variable. Okay, you have created a function. Now you are increasing the value of this to one, count to one. Okay, you are increasing the value of count to one. Okay, so to do that you have to define that you are the variable you want to use it. Let's see. Okay, let's see demonstration. First, what we will do, we will use count. Okay, now see, we will print. First, we will not use global count. We will just want this is zero, then we will add it one. Okay, when the function is called, so we will call increment. Okay, and we then print it count. So what will happen here? The count which okay, so here it's not getting that okay. So you can we can do count here. So now what's happening? Missing one depot is the argument count. Def increment count. Okay, so here we have also good count. Okay, so what happened here? It didn't get increased. Okay, why? I don't know why I did this. Okay, so it didn't get increased. Why? Because if you call print count here, it will call this value. Okay, it will call this value. It will not call the value inside it. Means it will the value which inside this count have its own scope. It's not global. It has its own local copy. Okay, so this count is for global. This count is for this. Okay, so can you access count inside the function from outside of the function? No, you can't do this. Okay, you can't access global scope variables. Means you can't access local scope variables in global scope. Okay. So what we wanted to start it here. So here the count we are dealing with is a different copy of count which is here. That's the reason the count global count is still zero. Okay, even after running this function. This is because the count we are using is making its own copy. So to ensure Python that it uses the count which is in global scope, we provide the global syntax. Okay. So now what? Okay, we can't define this, so there will be syntax error then. Okay, called no can see. So what happens here? The global count is no change. Okay, you can see global count is no change. So that's the property of this global keyword. Okay, as I've told, reading global is fine, but if you're sending it, it will create your own local copy. If you assign to a variable inside a function, Python treats the local for the entire function. We have already discussed it. Okay. Another is one-liner function which is called Lambda function, right? So we will first study how the Lambda function works. Okay. So Lambda function is used to like find the function in one line. Okay, it's like one line of thing. So if we're doing squares, okay. So what we define here, we define parameter, which means parameter we define in function inside this, but here we will define like this. We will write lambda, okay. We will write lambda, we will give parameter here, then give colon, then give our expression, our operations. Then what code this function will use. So this x star f, okay. So you should write a square 5 equal to a and we store in the value square, okay. So that's a good thing, like in lambda function can be stored in a variable. Right? We give a square equal to 5, then what it does, it is 5 here, and then this is the parameter, it takes 5 by x here, and return this x square 5. Then here you can see another, it is expression, it is summation a plus b, and if you add it, it takes a b at 3, 7 and added it 3 plus 7, it becomes 10. And if you, that's a key use of lambda function, this, okay, which I want you to do. So like 1 banana 2 apple 3 cherries. So what I want as this is a list, you can provide a simplest modification. Right. So what we want key as the change, the sort happens or not on the basis of this alphabet. Okay. So what we do, key, we are providing key as P1. Okay. So key is P1. So now what happened? What is P? P is basically this whole chunk, and P1 is basically this element of this whole chunk. So now key for sorting will be this. Key is the parameter for sort. Okay, that we have to tell in which basis we want sorting. So let's see now. Let's see our pairs now. Okay, let's see. So let's see our pair now. Within pairs. Okay, we can see the value is stored, changed according to this key. A first, B first, C first. Okay, so that's the how we like use lambda in sorting. So there are like fun extra points for functions, which are this. Okay, functions can be passed as arguments, returned from other functions, and stored in variable only. So functions can be treated as an object. Okay, so what I mean by that? I mean by that I can just tan 5 equal to multiply 5, and output of this will be stored as tan 5. Okay, so how we can making function throw here and there. Okay, this is multiply 5. The function of this is this. We can also store function in a list, like you can see here we store doubled, double is function, triple is also a function, okay, and lambda also a one-liner function in list, and we can access one of each of it, like f of 4 for f in ops. Okay, so it will go f in ops, it will get double, and it will pass the argument 4 in double. So let's see how we are using functions as an object. Okay, so that's the thing we can pass. We are assigning it as f, then we are calling it with f4. Okay, so it will give 8 for double, for triple it will give 12, and for this lambda it is just a square x the power 2, right? Just double x which is for power to the 60. So you can see how we are using function. So any doubt, then you can ask in comment. Okay, we have finished with this lecture. So now we will move ahead to the uh, few questions. We will see few questions. So these are the questions. We will take glimpse of it and then study it. Okay, we'll try to solve it. So I far we have summarized the whole concept of this one. I guess we are capable enough to solve this kind of question. So what the question is saying, if we change the condition of if element percentage to, is it paragraph question? Yeah, it's kind of comprehension question. Okay. So this is a comprehension of this question. So this is matrix transformation matrix. Result is this I equal to 0, while I is less than length of matrix. Okay. Row equal to matrix I for element in row if element percentage 2 equal to 1. Okay. Result dot append, it is not well recognized written, but this it means like what it means, like if while it will go through whole matrix. Okay, we'll take row as matrix of I. Okay, for each iteration of row. Okay, for element, if element if element percentage 2 equal to 1, means if it's odd number, it will append that element, multiply element with 2 and append it, and increase the I with 1. Okay, and will return result. So matrix is here 1 2 3 4 5 6 nested list. Okay, matrix transformation matrix print output. Okay, so result is stored here, row equal to matrix I. Okay, so now the row will be equal to this 1 2 3 for element in row. If element percentage 2 is odd, if this 1 is odd, yes, 2 is odd, 1 is odd, 3 is odd, then it will append this in result by after multiplying it with 2. So 1 will become 2, 3 will become 6. Okay, so 1 will become 2, 3 will become 6, and will same happen with 2, 5 will become 10, 2 6 5 will become 10, and 6 is even, so there nothing will happen here. So 2 6 and 10 only. Okay, so let's see this is here. I hope you are getting how this working. Now if we see this in the given, if you change the condition to element if percent 2 equal to 0, so now equal to, now instead of odd it will do with even, right? If we change this condition, so what will happen then 2 will become 2, 4 6 will be stored in result after multiplication with 2, so it will be 4 8 and 12, right? 4 8 and 12. I hope you're getting it, how it working. And after getting the given code. Okay, so to look here. Okay, look, I guess it's the answer is already there, so we will do this. Okay, so look here. I guess it's visible. Yeah, it is good. Great. So now see, this is text is this is variable name text with string value this, and there is a variable name to strip with string value this. Okay, what is happening here? It is defining a as text dot strip in parameter to strip. So anything inside strip parameter will be removed from both end of the string. Okay, we have already demonstrated and studied this. Also for this is L strip, so anything at left will be stripped out, will be removed. Anything, any character which are in two strip will be removed from left of this text. Okay, anything, and this C means anything, any character which are in two strip will be removed from this right side of string, right side of text string. Okay, and these simple strip function, there are no argument passed in this strip method, in this method of strip, so it will by default remove a space, right? So is there any space out in text variable? No. So they will be as it is. Hello Python. So we are here finding the print a, print b, print c, print d. So let's focus on print d. In order, print d will be this, right? There will be no change for print d as d has no parameter, so it will remove strip, and after removing the space it will be this, as so it is now. Okay, so this is, so these can be option, possible option. These are for D. And let's predict C. It will remove right side. So in right side we can say these are the less than symbols. Okay, or you can say right alignment symbol. So it will just will remove the anything which are in strip. So it will remove these whole symbols as the into strip. This two character is there, so it will remove both character. It will first find in right, as it is R strip, so it will first find right in right side, first find this character. Okay. So then it got nothing. There are no this kind of character in there, so it will not move. Then it will first find this character. So yeah, there are too many this character at right end, means left end. Okay, sorry, this is for left, this is left side, this is right side. So okay, so there are too many character for left strip. So look again, L strip means it will remove left side, left end, but it will remove any character which are in two strip. What are the characters which are present in two strip? This character and this character. So it will remove this from left side. So first it will look left side, and in left side you can say there are these symbols in left side. So you can't remove this symbol or can't remove this symbol. Okay, as there are no, first Python will check this, is this character present here at left? No, so it will not able to remove. Then it will check this, is this character present at the left? Yes, there are many, so it will remove those. So it will remove all of these three symbols. Now it will be left with this hello Python and this three. Okay, so hello Python and this three for B. Okay, so this is for B, hello Python and this three, and for C as well, from it will do the same thing but at right side, so it will remove this light three. Okay, so D we got, this is our D. For B, C we got, it will remove right side, so it will be look like this. For B we got, it will remove from left side, so it will look like this from left side, right? But there is a space here, you can notice. There must be no space, as in question there are no space. Okay, there is one space in question. Okay, I guess it's pasting error. Oh, there is space here as well, so I guess it will remove that. So let's see. There are two. It will be there as it is. And for C, the right one will be removed. So this is the right one will be removed, and here in left will be removed. So this is where left will be removed, and this is A. So where both will be removed. Okay, because there is not R strip L strip, so it will remove from both. So this is our correct answer, because if we print string, it will not appear as code. Okay, so this code will not appear when we do print. So only this will be correct. And let's guess here it is correct. Okay. So these are the few questions as well where you can see. Let's see one of these questions. Data, it is a list. Okay, data alpha, beta, gamma, three strings are there. Data 1 is data 1 dot replace E. Data 1 is trying to modify data 1. Okay, how it is trying to modify data 1? Is it trying to modify data 1 with E of data 1 with data 01? So what is E of data 1? If this is 0th index of data 1, data 1 will point to this index, right? Beta. Okay, and it want to replace this replace method will what will do, it will replace that E, okay, to data 01. So data 01 is A, right? This is data 0 alpha, and 1 of data 0 is A. So E, it will be replaced with A here. Okay, and for data 2, A here, or it is 1, so 1 is L here, not A. Okay, this is 0, this is 1 is L. So E will be removed with L, so it will be DLTA. And for data 2, it is data 2 is gamma, it will replace data 2. First it is slicing data 2 minus 1. So it is trying to reverse the data 2, which is A double M A G. This will give reverse string of data 2. Then it's replacing the A inside of that A double M A G, which is reversed. Okay, A with data 0, 3, which is 0 is this, 3 is A L P 0 1 2 3 H. So it is replacing A with H. So A double L M A G will be now H double M H G. So this will be answer if you think like that. And I want to discuss a more thing like this each Python as string is list is mutable. Okay, so it will do in place modification, right? So this is doing the in place modification, and the replace method is used to change the string in place. Okay, I want to show you here about this thing. Okay, let's a equal to d df. Okay, now if I do a dot replace, okay, d with s. Okay, and now if I print the memory, I main question is I want you to know that whether the array or memory is changed or not. Is it really in place modification or not? Okay, so we will print id after modification and before modification. Let's see. So id after modification and before modification is same. So that's indicate the a is the string is mutable, correct? But here the replace isn't doesn't happen. It didn't did in place modification. What it did, it just given the a dot replace, but it didn't modify this replace. Oh, okay. So what's happening here? Our question is that what's happening here? Here the a is getting replaced with this dot, right? So will it able to do the in place modification or not? That's the question. Okay. So string is mutable or not? If you think about that, you will know from the here from this demonstration you can predict whether this is like. But there is a catcher in this modification of us. Right? Okay, so string is immutable. Okay, so once a string is value, if you change the string, okay, it's in Python. Sorry. So Python strings, we all know the Python strings are also immutable. So if you want to, if you will change, try to change it or replace it, you don't replace the value will be changed. But the catch is here. Why the value of d didn't change here? Why d didn't change it? Is is it really doing in-place modification or not? So when you will do print here, you will know it will not able to do in-place modification because the string is not mutable. String is immutable object, right? Immutable data type. So whenever you are modifying this, replacing e with this, okay, you are not modifying this data type. Okay, you are creating a separate data type. Okay, that's what I wanna to like discuss. Let me show you with example what I mean. This is very easy thing to know. Be honest, misunderstand. Learning from the question is what we have to do. Okay, to learn some questions. So now see. Now if you are changing the data inside list, okay, so let's see if I print the id of memory address of data here. Now I print the memory address of data after that. Will you think it will be changed? It will not, as the list is mutable. It is mutable, but string is not mutable. So if it is changing the string value, okay, then how the memory of this data array is same, list is same. So the reason for that is the list data variable is stored in another memory, and that memory has address of all element of list that point to different thing. So that memory address inside that memory location of list is getting changed whenever you are replacing this character with different. Okay, so if I tell you, let me data one. Okay, data one is here, and it will print the same data to one here. You will see change in this. Notice you have seen the change because data one, the list elements, the memory addresses of the list element will be changed. Okay, as it is immutable. Whenever you are doing the changing the string or replacing it all with another alphabet, the string data will be changed, so it will be assigned to another memory address because it is immutable. But the whole data list will not be changed and it will be there as it is. So the memory address of list will be same. So that was the key point to understand there. So thank you. This was all for today.